Linda Big is suing her ex-fiancé, 28-year-old customer service rep Roberto Rios, for punching her in the mouth, resulting in the loss of her tooth.
Now this is case number 189 on the calendar in the matter of Big versus Rios. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Miss Big, you claim that the defendant, who was your former boyfriend, punched you in your mouth, causing you to have serious dental problems, resulting in tooth having to be extracted, false tooth put in your mouth. You're suing him for $5,000.
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Rios says he never put his hands on you, that you had prior problems with your teeth, and that he is in no way responsible for your current dental problems. Who is this gentleman?
This is my father.
Not a dentist?
No, I'm sorry.
All right. You want to tell me when this problem happened between you and the defendant?
Yes, on January 4th, 2003, we had gone to a holiday party. We had had a couple of drinks. He consumed a lot of alcohol and became intoxicated. We went back to our apartment.
You were living together at the time?
Yes, we were actually engaged. We went back to the apartment. We had been arguing, and it came to a point where he became violent and he started hitting me. And we started arguing and led into the bathroom. And that's where he flushed my phone down the toilet. And I have proof showing that I had to go get a new phone.
I don't care about the phone.
Okay.
It's not that I don't care about the phone. The phone's not relevant.
Okay, and that's when the point he said that I didn't...
He flushed your phone down the toilet.
Yes, Your Honor. And he said he did not want me to call the police like the last time he did it. I have proof from April 7th, 2002.
January is where we're at. So you're having an argument, you're fighting back and forth, he goes into the bathroom, and he flushes the phone down the toilet, according to you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
At that point, he had left the apartment, and I had gone out to the car with him. And I had sat...
Just a second. So he flushes the phone down the toilet, and then you followed him outside?
Yes.
Why?
Because we were trying to... Well, actually, I was trying to work things out. I was trying to talk to the defendant.
So you're trying to talk to him even though he's drunk?
Well, yes.
He was leaving the house to leave?
Yes.
And you didn't want him to leave?
No.
Go ahead.
Okay, so he proceeded to the driver's side of the vehicle. He had sat in. I had sat in the passenger side. That is when he walked around to my side, hit me in my mouth right here. And I said, I think my tooth is loose. And I felt it, and I wiggled it, and it was loose.
Okay. Now, after January 4th, did you continue to live together?
We were, yes, but...
The answer is either yes or no.
Yes.
Until when did you live together?
It was about 3 months later that I finally moved out. We had been separated.
I'm asking you, how much after January 4th did you live together?
For approximately 3 months. It was actually at the end of March, I believe.
And when you were living together from January 4th until the end of March, did you share a bedroom?
Well, actually, I slept on the couch a few nights, and I stayed at a friend's house.
You're playing with words with me, and I don't like it. I asked you if you shared a bedroom together, and you said, well, actually, I stayed at a friend a few nights. Now, what does that mean? Does that mean that either you lived together, but a couple of nights you slept out at a friend's?
Well, that was my place of residence. I had all of my belongings there, except for overnighters. We were not sharing a bed, Your Honor.
From January 4th to the end of March, you did not share a home together.
Well,
did not share a bed together, did not sleep together. Is that what you're telling me?
I had slept in the bed a couple of nights, yes. We were not talking to each other.
From January 4th to the end of March, you're telling me that you
were not talking to each other.
You were not speaking to each other, but living in the same home. Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, we were living there.
Now, what happened the end of March?
Well, I had felt some discomfort in the back of my tooth because I had a tongue piercing, and I thought it was because of the piercing that was making my tooth hurt. And on April 4th, it had hurt really bad, and I put a napkin back there, and it was bleeding. So I went to the dentist, and that's when they took x-rays and told me my bone was gone.
Yes.
And I have a letter from the dentist here stating that a tooth had to be extracted because there's 2 reasons. One is periodontal disease.
I'll take a look at the...
Okay.
Is that part of your medical record?
Yes, this is...
Well, let me take a look at it.
My medical records are behind the letter from the dentist.
Did you take your tongue ring out?
Yes, I did. I had to.
When did you take your tongue ring out?
I took it out actually a month after. It was in February. Sometime I had to take it out because I was having a lot of discomfort in the back of my tooth. I thought it had been because of the tongue ring itself.
No, maybe it was.
It turned out it wasn't.
Well, I don't know. How do I know that? Anyway, let me hear, Mr. Rios, your version of the events of the 4th of January, 2003.
Okay, Your Honor, to begin with, this girl has a lot of problems, and I try to deal with it.
I'm not interested in her problems, Mr. Rios. I'm not a therapist. I am a judge. Okay. I want to know what happened on January 4th, sir.
We bickered, but there was never nothing like that. I tried to leave the apartment because she got violent with me.
On January 4th?
I tried to hide in the bathroom first.
Let's go slowly.
Okay.
January 4th.
Okay, we went to a holiday party, and we both been drinking. We came home, we bickered, and Linda got a little bit heavy with me. She cornered me and was like, "You're not going nowhere, you know, we're gonna argue," and I'm like, "I don't want to argue. Let me go in the bathroom, take a shower, we'll calm down, it'll be fine." No, she shoved her way in, locked me in. I said, "Whoa," I said, "You need to let me go." She goes, "What?" She goes, "I have my phone." She goes, "I'll call the cops if you leave." So I took the phone, I flushed it. I'm like, "No," I'm like, "I am leaving." I said, you're freaking me out." She would not let me leave. She held me against my will. I finally got out of the bathroom and left the apartment because of that.
So on January 4th, you tried to leave.
I made it out. I got in my car. She forced her way in my car, kicking my door, ripping the door open. And
Which door?
The driver's side.
Were you in the car already?
Yeah. She jumped in the car and attacked me in the car.
Jumped in on whose side?
On my side. She opened the door and jumped in.
On the driver's side?
Right. So I proceeded to get out the passenger side door. We got out of the car. We talked for a moment. I had to leave. I got in my car and I left. And then I'm the one who ended up moving out first. I paid the month's rent and I said, "You know what? I can't be with you anymore. I can't handle your anger and your rages that you go through." And my witnesses helped me move.
Put your hand down.
Then following day, 5 a.m., I called my friend. I said, "I need you to help me move. This girl's really lost it. I need to get out right now." By the time Miss Big got home in the evening, I was gone.
Has trumped up the charge.
Well, let me ask you a question, Judge. She said that you lived together till the end of March.
Oh, we shared a bed, definitely. I don't know why she's sitting there acting like we
just
did.
a minute. Did she live with you until the end of March?
Well, you know, I love her. I loved her. I want to make it work.
So you went back?
Yeah.
And how long did you stay together after you moved back?
April. I moved out. Okay. I had enough.
Did you have an argument in April?
She just came home one day. I was cleaning the apartment, and she started going off on me. I'm like, you know what? That's it. Breaking point. I don't want to go through this again. The cycle was beginning all over again to where she was going to get violent with me. I don't want nothing to do with it. I told her straight up. I said, "I don't want to be with you anymore. I'm sorry."
So you left either the end of March or the beginning of April?
It was around April, around that time.
Okay. Do you have anything to add to this?
Yes, Your Honor. I just wanted to state that my daughter had no pre-existing dental condition prior to
Of course she did. She had a tongue ring.
Dental, Your Honor? I'm sorry.
She had a tongue ring. Well, tongue ring isn't her mouth, is it not?
I was to
That they
understand
play like
dental
this.
care. No problems with her teeth. No problem with
That's
her
what
teeth,
they-
Your Honor. As far as the rages, I've raised her for 18 years. There's never been any sign of rage. She's
Well,
never
I'm
been
telling you this right now, sir. She had a problem on the night of January 4th, 2003, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Because he went to leave the house to get away from her. She wasn't finished talking to him yet. Do you understand? If she were frightened of him, as she seemed to indicate at the beginning, that he flushed her phone down the toilet, and she was going to call the police, then what you do is when he gets into his car to leave, you say, "Thank God he's leaving. Now I can call the police and change the locks." Instead, she followed him outside and continued the confrontation.
Right.
Do you understand that?
I can understand
Good.
that from a mature woman, but this is her first relationship. She's very naive. He took advantage of her. And also, as a man, I don't think there's ever an excuse for a man to strike a woman.
I don't think he did.
Okay.
I don't think he did. I'm
Okay.
telling you.
Okay.
I'm telling you that I don't think he did.
So the dental report that there's two instances where it could cause that type of damage to her tooth. You're disputing it, I'm saying.
No, sir. I
Okay.
think that it's very possible that she got hit in the mouth or that she had some trauma to the tooth at some point.
Okay.
I don't believe that he hit her in the mouth, causing that trauma.
Why would that be, Your Honor? I'm just inquisitive.
Why would that be?
Yes.
Very, very easy, sir. Not that I have to answer your questions.
No, I'm just-
because your daughter precipitated whatever problem there was on January 4th. He was trying to extricate himself from what was potentially a volatile situation, and she would not let him do it. So I discount what she's saying to me
May I
as to the court. No, you may not. You weren't there. You're asking me, and I'm giving you the courtesy of an explanation of what I'm thinking. And what I'm thinking was, if someone is afraid that someone is violent, then when they leave, they don't follow them outside to continue the confrontation. And then not see a dentist for 3 months when she says, I think my tooth is loose. Not see a dentist for 3 months, but wait until after he leaves and says, I've had it. Then she goes to the dentist.
That's when the tooth died, Your Honor. It caused extreme pain.
Did you hear what I said?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good. That's the reason why, sir. Your daughter is not naive, and if you were involved in her upbringing, and if she called you on January 4th and said, Rios hit me in the mouth.
If she had, Your Honor, that's correct.
Then you would have said, then you get yourself home, girl. You don't stay with him one more second. Instead, she shared a bed with him January, February, and March. Can't help you. Case is dismissed. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step up.
What you did?
I don't want her anywhere near me. She's violent, and I don't want no one like that in my life.
If I knew about this earlier, I would invite him and a couple friends to come over, and then we talk about it.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Pagan versus Whetstone, step forward, please.
Machine operator Demetrio Pagan Jr. is suing his neighbor, alarm company owner Chuck Whetstone, for the cost to repair his car. Demetrio says his daughter's boyfriend had to jump on the roof when Chuck's German Shepherd chased him.
Mr. Whetstone, what kind of a dog do you have, sir?
German Shepherd.
How old is this German Shepherd?
15 months.
Mr. Pagan.
Yes, ma'am.
On what date did your daughter's boyfriend jump on your car?
April 11th.
So the dog at that time was a little over a year old, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And it is your claim that this young man, who is how big? How tall are you, sir?
6'3".
6'3". Are you still growing?
No.
Who was 6'3" tall, jumped on the hood of your brand new car.
Yes, ma'am.
To get away from Mr. Whetstone's German Shepherd.
Yes, ma'am.
Which had gotten loose. Mr. Whetstone's defense is, it was just a puppy. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
When this puppy was a year old, how much did he weigh?
68 pounds.
Okay. 68 pounds, and if it's a German Shepherd, that is pure muscle. No flab, right?
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Demetrio Pagan Jr. claims neighbor Chuck Whetstone owes for the cost to repair his car roof.
Step up. Tell me your name.
Roland Miller.
How old are you, Roland?
20.
Are you afraid of dogs?
Yes.
All dogs or just big ones?
Just big ones.
Tell me what happened on April 11th. Tell me where you were.
Well, I was standing at the end of the driveway, and Jacinia and her cousin, they was like at the beginning of the driveway where the garage meets, and they started running inside the garage, and I turned around and looked, and I seen this dog just coming across the yard. And so I ran in the house, but they closed the door already, so I didn't have no choice.
So they ran in the house and closed the door on you?
No. They ran inside the garage. It's a door inside the garage. They ran in and closed the door. By the time I had to run to the door, it was too late, so I just jumped on top of the car. It was the closest thing, and the dog was, you know, barking, and someone came in and got it.
Was the dog barking as it was coming across the yard?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Whetstone,
Yes, ma'am.
how did your dog get out, sir?
My son was taking him from the house to the...
This is son.
Actually, his younger brother. They were both out in the front yard at the time this happened.
Step up. Tell me your name.
Charles Whetstone,
How old are you, Charles?
19.
How'd the dog get away?
My little brother was taking him out to his kennel, and the dog pulled away from him. And I was sitting in my truck because we were getting ready to go to the dirt bike store.
And?
And the dog pulled away from him, went down the driveway, crossed the street into the neighbor's yard, and he was just sniffing around. As soon as I saw him get loose from my brother, I was out of my truck and I was chasing after him.
When you say you were chasing after him, that connotes, at least in my mind, that you were running.
Well, I wasn't like full out running, but yes, I was like jogging after him.
Show me how you were jogging. Give me an example.
An example?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was just jogging kind of slow because I know my dog he's not a vicious dog at all, you know.
I didn't ask you to editorialize about his personality.
Okay.
I asked you
Okay.
If you were running after the dog, that means the dog was running away from you.
Yes, he was.
Now, when you called, what's the dog's name?
Nico?
Nico. So you saw Nico get away from your little brother.
Yes.
And as soon as you saw that, you jumped out of the truck?
Yes.
And what did you say?
I started calling for my dog. I started yelling.
Yelling.
Nico.
Nico, Nico. And did Nico stop?
No, he did not.
Because he's not well
Trained.
Perfect. May I see photographs of your car?
They're not too good, too clear, but that's all I have.
You really went up on the top of the car. This isn't the hood. You
top
went
of
up the roof of the car.
Yeah.
You couldn't get far enough away from Nico.
Closest thing.
How long had you had the car, Mr. Pagan?
It's a 2003. I gave it to her for Christmas.
So it's a new car. You have
4
an
months when
estimate?
it happened. Yeah.
You have an estimate
Yes,
to
I do,
fix
ma'am.
it?
I have 2 estimates.
Can I see it, please? Mr. Whetstone, your defense in this case was that Mr. Pagan should look to his daughter's boyfriend for reimbursement because his daughter's boyfriend acted like a fool for jumping on the hood of the car, and or the fact that he was a sissy because your dog is just a puppy. Both of those defenses fall on deaf ears, sir. They are both ridiculous. You are responsible as the dog's owner to ensure that the dog is at all times under control of either an appropriate adult or in an enclosed area. I would be afraid, and I love dogs, and I would be afraid of a 70-pound German Shepherd coming lumbering across my property, barking, and I would look to escape the best way that I could.
He wasn't being vicious. He wasn't acting...
That is subjective, sir. Some people are afraid of dogs.
I know. One of my friends is actually deathly afraid of German Shepherds as well. But once she saw that my dog was friendly, she didn't have a problem with him being around.
So your friend isn't suing you. He's suing you because your dog got out of your control because you sent your 13-year-old brother out to do it, and he couldn't control the dog.
He could control the dog.
He did not control the dog, sir, because the dog got loose. And the dog did not respond to your verbal commands because, according to you, you got out of your truck and you started to yell, Nico, Nico, which he promptly ignored. You want to say anything else? You're going to look foolish, sir. What you should have done is say, I'm sorry my dog got loose, causing damage to your car. Show me what the expense is, and I will take care of it. There is absolutely nothing, sir, that you can say that would be intelligent that would change my mind. But if you wish to say something, I am going to give you an opportunity.
After that, ma'am, no.
Very good. Did you have the car fixed yet?
No, ma'am.
Well, you go and have it fixed.
Yes.
And I hope that he has homeowner's insurance because maybe his homeowner's insurance will take care of it. If not, he's going to pay you $1,495.72. Judgment for the plaintiff. That's all. Thank you. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I still think this gentleman overreacted for my dog.
It might have been an accident, but it's not the first time.
He's just a pup.
It's been about 3 or 4 times he's gotten loose.
He's not vicious by any means. I just think he overreacted.
Held her at bay inside my garage.
Actually, I think he was going across the street to visit with me.
Is suing her brother-in-law's fiancée, 21-year-old Arby's salesperson, Christy Panuti, for breaking her nose during a fight. Christy is countersuing, claiming Luann punched her in the face with keys.
Your Honor, case number 150 on the calendar in the matter of Langley versus Panuti. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Mrs. Langley, is this your husband?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Panuti is the girlfriend of your husband's younger brother, and it is your claim that Miss Panuti assaulted you.
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Panuti said quite the contrary. It was you who assaulted her, and she is counterclaiming.
Yes, ma'am.
For the same thing. So I'd like you to tell me when this happened, where it happened, and eventually I'm going to try to figure out why this happened. So I know who most of the players are. Husband of plaintiff, boyfriend of defendant, and who are you?
I'm the mother of Christy, Your Honor.
You're her
Christy's
mother?
mother, yes.
Okay, good. Go.
Okay, Your Honor. My husband and I have been together for 16 years. And that would have made John 3 years old when I met my husband. We've had a long history with John. He used to come spend the night.
That's John.
John, yes. Him and his other older brother used to come spend the night at our house all the time. He's a high school dropout. During the time that he knew Christy, he was in alternative school. He dropped out. He doesn't have a steady job. He has stole money from his parents to have a supposed abortion for Christy.
I don't want to go into that history. Do you understand?
Well, that's what brings it all to this point today.
All right, well, just let's get there.
Okay. The last of March, 1st of April, my father-in-law kicked John out of the house due to the fact that him and Christy got in a big fight, a brawl in their house, ripped phone cords out of the wall, knocked holes in the wall, and turned furniture over. We also found...
Just a second.
We also found...
Shh, I'm speaking. You have to stop when I'm speaking. Did you have some sort of an argument with your boyfriend?
No, sir.
It's very easy to find out. All I have to do is pick up the phone.
No, ma'am.
Really?
That day,
Any day?
Yes, we've had arguments, Your Honor.
Within a week's period of time, was there a fight?
An argument, yes, ma'am.
Ah, okay. Go ahead.
There was holes knocked in the wall.
Did you see that?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Your Honor, she was not there that day.
What day?
The day that me and my boyfriend got in an argument.
I thought you said there wasn't that kind of a fight, that we just got into an argument.
We did just get into an argument. She was not there. There was no holes in the wall.
She didn't say she was there that day, Miss Panuti.
Okay.
I said, did she see the holes in the wall?
Okay.
You could see that later.
Yes, ma'am.
So don't speak until I speak to you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So they had a big argument, and what happened as a result of the argument, Miss Langley?
My husband had to go over there and repair the walls because John or Christy would not.
Is that right, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
During that time, my husband called over to his parents' house looking for his brother. Can I let him speak
Sure.
as far as that
Step
goes?
Up. Around that time, sir, the end of March, the beginning of April.
I called over to the house.
Which house?
My parents' house.
Is that where John was living?
In and out. I mean, my father's been trying to kick him out for almost a year now, but he won't leave. I mean, I was extremely mad. I heard her in the background. Then I blew up. I thought he better get her out of the house before I get there.
What did you hear her say?
I didn't know who I was messing with, that she was going to kick my ass.
Your Honor, that's
kick her.
a lie.
Did you understand what I said to you before?
Yes, ma'am.
What did I say to you before?
Don't speak unless spoken to.
Right. Didn't your mother teach you that?
Yes, ma'am.
Evidently, you didn't learn it too well. Go ahead.
So anyway, she was, I didn't know who I was messing with. She was going to, beat everybody up. And I hung the phone up, got in my truck, and I went to my parents' house. They'd both left because he knew I meant business when I was coming over there. They were both.
They left.
Yeah, they left.
Okay. What happened next?
At that time, John left, and he did stay gone for probably 3 weeks. Okay, when he came back on April 17th, him and his father got in an argument again. The police were called. He was told to leave. The father didn't want him there. His mother got upset, didn't want him to leave in that manner.
So the father said, get out, and your mother said you could stay?
Well, actually, my mom told my father to leave because he came home about 11:30 that night drunk. And we sat down
I'm talking about you, not your father.
My dad wanted me to leave, but my mom wanted me to stay.
That's what I just said.
Yes, ma'am.
Stand up. So if your father wanted you to leave, why didn't you leave?
Because my mom wanted me to stay. I had come home about 9:30 that night. My mom was in bed, and I just went in my room, laid down. My dad came home around 11:30.
Just a minute. What were you doing home? You left, and then you just showed up again?
Well, my mom had left out of town on a cruise, and me and my dad, we've never really gotten along.
Well, evidently they didn't want you in the house, and they didn't want your girlfriend in the house. Your brother says you didn't help patch up the holes in the walls that you put in the walls along with your girlfriend. Why didn't you help patch up the holes in the walls?
Well, the holes that he's talking about, there's one in the hallway across.
I don't care where they are. Why?
Didn't
you fix up the mess? There's no reason.
Yes, ma'am.
You can say there's no reason. If there's no reason, then your father has good reason to say to you, I don't want you in the house. You or your girlfriend. Go find a job.
I have a steady job. I've had a steady job for 8, 9 months now.
Wonderful. If you have a steady job, then go find a place to live so that you're not causing friction between your mother and your father. If you're working, get out. Parents raised you, they supported you, they took care of you. Now it's time to get out and fly on your own. They don't have to be there involved in domestic violence between you and Miss Big Mouth over here. All right. So they came back on April 17th. Father-in-law said, I want him out. Mother said, let him stay, he's my baby. Somehow you got involved with this. You want to tell me how that happened?
Yes, ma'am. My father-in-law, after he wanted my husband to come over that night to help get John to leave, I guess, between him and his wife, they decided we're not going to deal with it tonight. He said, y'all wait and come by in the morning. I have a statement. He has health issues.
I believe that he called you and said, 2 of you come over and see if you can talk to him.
Because I love John.
Okay, so you went over there the next day? without your husband. Don't get upset now. You're holding it together really well. Take a deep breath. Good girl.
Judge Judy continues her first.
So you went over there?
On my way to work. He had left the back door open for us. My father-in-law had.
That's a lie. That is a lie. Because I had, before I left, my mom, may I speak? I'm sorry. Before I had left, I'm used to them coming up. I've gotten out of the shower in the morning, she's sitting on the couch watching TV, eating her lunch.
Listen to me. There is no question in my mind that your father asked them to come over to talk to you about getting out. And if I called him and asked him, he would tell me that he did. Do we understand each other?
Yes, ma'am.
I went in the back door. I went to his bedroom. I banged on the door and told him to get up and come out and talk to me. He started cussing the moment from his bedroom, coming out and started shoving me back down the hallway, telling me that I better get out of there, that I wasn't supposed to be there, and he was going to call the police. He went to the kitchen and picked up the phone and would dial the 911.
All right, you got angry and you pulled out the phone. I got it.
Okay. During all this, after he had gone back to his parents' bedroom, the same thing happened back there. He ran outside. I went and stood by the garage door and was watching him. At that time, I had no idea that Christy was there because, to my idea, she had been told repeatedly she was not welcome there. John sneaks her into his bedroom at night after his parents have gone to sleep.
Sounds right.
Through his front window. They sleep all day while his parents are gone to work, having to work to pay his tickets, his lawyer fees. I have both of their criminal records here.
So you had no idea she was there?
I had no idea she was there. At that moment, she came out of his bedroom cussing and yelling at me that I better get the out of there, that she was going to kick my fat white. I started walking towards her and told her, no, you're the one that needs to get out of here. You've been told by the police and by my in-laws that you're not supposed to be here. That's when she sucker punched me on the left side of my face and fractured my nose and caused me to have to go have a surgical procedure done to straighten my nose.
Good. Stop. Now, you had come home after being gone for 3 weeks, according to your sister-in-law. You weren't with Christy, were you, when you were away?
I went and got her the next morning.
Oh, okay.
On the way to work. I went and got her because she was staying at a friend's house up the road. I brought her back.
I don't believe you! Do you understand me? You may get your mother to believe you. I don't believe you. I don't believe that bright and early in the morning you had already gotten out of bed to go and get her at a friend's house. I believe that she slept there all night.
She did not.
Your Honor, he came and got me at 7:30 in the morning because my car was broken down and I needed a ride to work.
Then what were you doing in his bedroom?
I was getting ready for work, Your Honor.
You just told me your car broke down. You needed a ride to work.
My car was already in. My car was in the shop, Your Honor, and that's why he came to pick me up from a friend's house because I needed a ride to work, Your Honor.
I still don't understand why you're in his bedroom.
Because
you get ready to go to work. You say, "Come and pick me up to go to work." He takes you to work. What are you doing in the bedroom?
He asked me to go back to his house so he could finish getting ready for work.
You're a liar. You're a liar. Make sure that you understand that what you say to me makes sense. You see, if it doesn't make sense, it's not true. Do you understand that, John?
Yes, ma'am.
Just because you can look like that to your mother, I want to tell you something. It doesn't cut anything with me. Your mother thinks of you as her baby. I do not. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. So your sister-in-law came and she banged on the door.
She gained entry through the garage for one.
I don't care how she gained. You don't belong there. Your father, who pays the bills, told you to leave.
Who also came home drunk the night before.
That's not your business. That's not your business. Your business is to be out living on your own. Your business is not to be in the house creating problems between your parents. I believe that she got in as an invited guest of the owner of the house. That ain't you. So now she's in, banging at the door. I'm telling you to get out of bed and open the door.
Well, actually, she banged on the door, and I opened the door, and she grabbed me by my shirt here, pulled me out into the hall, started yelling at me, "You need to get the F out, blah, 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 blah." And I was like, took her hand off me. I was like, "I'm calling the police." I went to the kitchen, picked up the phone, dialed 911. She pulled the phone out of the wall. I went to the computer line in our den, picked it up, dialed 911. She grabbed it and ripped it completely out of the wall. So I run back to my mom's room, pick up the phone, do the same thing, 911. She was back there right behind me on my heels, pulls it out the wall. We go back out into the living room. We're having a verbal confrontation. That's when Christy steps out of the room. She's like, "Luann, you need to please leave." Luann
Just a
runs past
minute.
me.
Are you telling me that Miss Potty Mouth over here says you have to please leave? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes, ma'am. Because we're sitting here fighting in the room.
Okay. So Chrissy came out and said, Luann, you have to please leave. Just a minute. Please continue.
Okay,
Please
she was
continue.
like, you need to please leave. Luann ran past me back down the hall where Christy was standing and knocked her on the ground.
And I told her I was pregnant, Your Honor, before she assaulted me and knocked me down on my stomach when I'm pregnant.
She's
I'm
not
5
lying.
months pregnant.
We have proof of pregnancy right here.
I told her
Proof
that
of
I was
pregnancy,
pregnant,
that she
Your
was
Honor,
pregnant at the time.
and she pulled me down and started hitting me in my head, Your Honor, and pulling my hair, and I tried to get her off of me, Your Honor. She got off of me, and I went to the kitchen, and she knocked me into the karaoke cabinet, broke all of John's mom's things, and bit me. I have proof of pictures right here that she bit me and assaulted me, Your Honor.
Please continue.
She's been harassing me.
They've been harassing us for over a year.
She took this
He came
picture.
to take me to probation one morning, took this off our
He
kitchen
didn't take
counter.
you where?
To probation. I was on 6 months probation.
For what?
It was a
drugs, Your Honor.
possession of a dangerous
I
drug,
have
but
their
I've passed
criminal
every
record.
UA and I've done everything that I've...
Just answer my questions.
I'm sorry. Possession of dangerous drugs.
What kind of drugs?
It was...
Cocaine.
No, it was
and,
not cocaine.
dangerous drugs.
I didn't speak to you.
I'm sorry.
What happened was back in I believe...
What kind of drugs?
It was something for seizures that some friend had given me 4 months prior, and I had it in my wallet. But I do not do that. I've never done that.
Well, maybe.
Well, you see, Your Honor, they've taken the doorknob off my bedroom door so I can't lock my door. They're in my room, taking my possessions, like they took this picture,
and wrote on
scribbled
the back.
her face out,
And put it
wrote
in
a
my
threatening
mailbox,
note,
Your
and put it in
Honor.
her mailbox.
Are you still pregnant, by the way?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
She's 5 months
how
pregnant.
wonderful. How wonderful. I'm sure your mother is absolutely delighted. Isn't that right?
Actually, Your Honor, I am. I'm very proud of her. She's done very well.
She has, really?
Yes, she
Can I
has
see
been
her
doing
arrest
very well.
record?
Yes, ma'am.
Can I see it, please?
She's been charged with an
I didn't
assault.
speak.
I'm sorry.
Excuse me, you
I
tried
didn't
to bomb
speak.
my building at work, lady?
These are the
Ma'am,
arrest
she was
records.
arrested that day for disrupting a 911 call.
No, ma'am, I was
didn't
not
speak
arrested.
to you. I didn't speak to anybody. I said
went
I
to
want to
court
see
yesterday.
her arrest record. Do you have it or not?
Yes, ma'am. Here's the arrest record right here.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's it. I just want to see what Mom's proud of.
I'm proud of her that she's a changed person, Your Honor. She's done things wrong. She was young and stupid, and she knows that.
You mean
But at
getting-
least she's
you
not
mean-
42
you
and
mean,
still stupid.
You mean getting pregnant without being married and having no future and not
engaged,
having
Your
a
Honor.
job? Engaged is not married.
No, ma'am, I'm not proud of that.
Okay.
I do
Well, I
believe
just
in
asked
marriage.
you. Well, we have one prior assault. She pled guilty to a misdemeanor.
And she's been arrested for assault, too, Your Honor.
No, ma'am, I have not.
I didn't ask you anything. You see, when you speak out like this, the statement that old John here makes, that you came out into the living room and said, Luann, you better get out of here and stop that. You see why that is really hard for me to come to terms with? Who's Candace?
A young lady that me and a couple other girls got into a confrontation with, Your Honor. But what does that have to do with this case, Your Honor?
No, it has nothing to do with the case until your mother brought up the fact that she's real proud of you. I want to see what you've done to make her so proud. Then you had delivery of a controlled substance. What's that?
That's dismissed, Your Honor.
That was cocaine. Then we have January of 2003. You pled guilty to something, and your probation was revoked, and you were put in jail for 30 days.
No, ma'am, I was not. I had to do work release for 15 days.
What were you found guilty of?
Because I didn't complete my community service.
And that was for possession of marijuana?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, may I speak?
Were you there?
The day of incident?
Yes.
No, but I can tell you what she's done prior to.
And there's a picture.
And even since when
she's
she's
harassed me, Your Honor.
Listen to me. If she
you
doesn't,
put on a certified
if
letter.
she's not quiet, then we have to put her out.
I heard you.
Good.
Your Honor, may I say something?
No.
But they've been harassing us, too. We have proof they've been harassing us. She wrote you on the count.
Listen to me.
On the certified
Listen to
letter we
me.
sent to file the counterclaim.
Listen to me.
This is bull. It is.
John, get a life of your own.
I wish
might
they
get a
would. They
line.
take my doorknob off my door. They go through my personal possessions. What right do they have?
Not his door.
Just a sec. What?
It's my parents' door. It's not his door.
Just a second.
But what
He
right do you have to
doesn't-
take
he
my
doesn't-
doorknob to your house, then Mom has to go get it 2 months later? What right do you have, Joseph?
John, if you live on your own and take care of yourself, then you have rights. Do you want to know what I would tell my children if they lived in my house? I own the air you breathe. You have no rights in my house. You don't have the right even to be here if you're over 18. You live here and you stay here at my will. You work, you're a big enough man to have made a baby, then be a big enough man to live on your own, to take care of your responsibilities, to support your responsibilities, and not to be a drain on your family.
I'm not a drain. I buy my own food. I buy my own food at my parents' house. I don't eat their food, I swear. All I do is stay there.
Stand up, sir. I understand that you have a problem. If he's still staying at your parents' house, you probably still have a problem. Mother probably feels a little guilty. Father says, I can't take him anymore. I can't look at him. I can't take him. I could understand that. Because he thinks because he buys his own food, then he's supporting himself. He's not supporting him. I'm speaking. He's not supporting himself because when you support yourself, you pay rent, you pay gas, electric, cable. You buy your own food, you have your own health insurance, you don't make a baby until you can afford it. You certainly don't make a baby while you're living in your parents' house. But I'm going to suggest to you that your peace depends upon you staying out of it. Your parents are not old and senile. They're probably young-ish.
I'm 60.
That's young, sweetheart. That's young. They can take care of themselves, but out. If they get fed up enough, they're going to put them both out. And it's not up to you anymore. Plaintiff is suing for $1,500. For her injury and for pain and suffering, she's entitled to that judgment. For the plaintiff, your counterclaim's dismissed. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Please excuse me. Step out.
I love John.
It's probably because they don't have kids. They act like maybe I'm the youngest brother, that I'm like theirs, but I'm not.
He's had nothing but trouble since he met Christy.
It's bull.
We want John, the child that we've known all our lives, to come back.
My family has to be split up and hateful to my fiance.
Get rid of her and
Yeah, get rid of her and
he's
come
turned his
back
back
to
on
his
his family.
I'm gonna be with my fiance and my baby, not them.
Phlebotomist Shauna Hunter is suing her boyfriend's ex-girlfriend, 26-year-old customer care representative Javon Franklin, for keying her car. Javon is countersuing, claiming Shauna slashed her tires.
Yeah, this is case number 211 on the calendar in the matter of Hunter versus Franklin. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Thanks, Bert.
Folks have seats. You're welcome, Judge.
Is the boyfriend here? Which one is the boyfriend?
One in the burgundy shirt.
Officer Byrd. He looks like a nice enough gentleman.
Yeah.
Does he look as if he's special enough to start a war over?
I'm not a real good judge on guys. What do you think?
I wouldn't start a war over any of them.
There you go.
Oh. Aren't you humiliated? Before we even start, are you a nice girl?
Very.
And you?
Yes,
Think you're a nice girl?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you work?
Yes, I do.
There was a big pause there. What does that mean, a big pause?
I work 25 miles away from home, and I go.
What do you do?
I'm a phlebotomist.
Okay, which means you take
blood.
And you work for a laboratory?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been working for the laboratory?
A year and a half.
And what do you do for a living, Miss Franklin?
I work at AT&T Wireless.
How long have you been working for AT&T?
A year and a half.
Smart. Both in this terrible economy, both have good jobs, beautiful looking. What does he do?
Nothing.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just
a second. Just asking.
She wouldn't
No,
know.
just a second. I just want to know.
Yeah.
She said nothing. What does he do?
He's an administrative assistant.
And how many days a week does he work?
Can I interrupt, please? Right now.
No, I'm going to get an answer.
Okay.
I'm going to get an answer. Come on.
Actually, I'm going to take that back. She got him fired.
Thank you.
So the answer is he's not working.
He's not. He's searching. He's searching really hard.
What I'm saying is he may not be a bad guy, but you are two nice, clearly responsible, hardworking, diligent young women who you claim she keyed your car over Prince Charming. She says you slashed her tires over Prince Charming.
Prince Charming cannot pay my bills.
Just a second. Don't jump up and down.
Sorry.
Stay still. You're making me seasick.
I'm sorry.
Miss Hunter.
Yes, ma'am.
Tell me when Miss Franklin keyed your car.
It was the weekend of Memorial Day.
And how do you know that she keyed your car?
I got 2 witnesses here that saw her do it. Firstly, I just want to set up the situation. She came ringing the doorbell at 4 o'clock in the morning. It's not the first time.
He used to be your boyfriend.
Yes. used to be. I broke up with him on May. He proposed to me in May. I told him no.
Okay. So she came to your house in the morning
and she kept ringing the doorbell. This is according to my witness, because we were both asleep naturally, like any normal person should be asleep at 4 o'clock in the morning. Brian Matlock, he assumed that it was me because when my witness and I came in, he was on the couch sleeping.
You all live together?
No. I actually have a friend, Justin, who rents out a room to Kevin here. I've only known these people for about 8 months. And what happened was I was sleeping on the couch, and I was rudely woken to a doorbell ringing about 30 times. I looked out the people and mistaked it for Shauna and let her in, and I believed it was Shauna at the time, and I just went and laid down because she walked right to Kevin's room.
And it was this young lady?
This young lady.
Now, what were you doing there 5 o'clock in the morning? Shh! What were you doing there 5 o'clock in the morning?
I was not there at 5 o'clock.
You think he's lying?
I don't even know this guy, to be honest.
I don't know her, but I knew her after all the lights came on.
I've never seen him. Never seen this guy. He does not live at that residence.
He didn't say he was living. He was sleeping on the couch.
I've never seen him there.
Okay, go ahead. So you let her in, and what happened?
I let her in, and it escalated into an argument which carried out to the driveway. I, at that point, followed to make sure there was no fighting or anything at that point. I asked her to leave and told her that I was going to call the police. She told me, mind your own business, white boy, and keyed up the side of her vehicle.
And you saw that?
I watched every bit of it.
And you say that never happened?
That never happened.
Okay, good. Now, this happened the early morning of May 24th, according to your complaint.
Yes, ma'am.
Then you say, after work on May 24th, something happened with your car, right? Let me hear what happened with your car.
Kevin came to my house. He called me on May 24th and asked...
Kevin, that's him.
Yeah, that's him. He asked me to marry him. Let's go to Reno. I came up with some lame excuses. I told Kevin I was sick, I was tired, and my hair was not done. We got into a little argument. No, it sounds funny, but I did. The second time we were supposed to get married, we were on our way to Reno, got halfway there,
I don't care about the second time.
Well, anyways, the 24th, when he came over to my house, we got into a little argument because I did not want to get married to him. He left, called me 2:20 in the morning. He said he was downtown at a jazz festival. Can he come over? I told him no. I was already in bed, asleep. That afternoon, I went to work at 2 o'clock. Got an email sent out to the whole call center and asked at 4 o'clock, is there anyone that drive a white Honda Accord? And I responded to that email. They said, because there's somebody outside in the parking lot slashing your tires.
You're banging on the table. It's irritating.
Somebody's in the parking lot slashing at your tires.
Do you have any witnesses who saw her do it?
I do have a witness. Chrissy Sims is the witness.
Okay.
I also have a police report for another witness, but she couldn't make it. She had surgery.
Would you get the police report? I want to take a look at it. Sure. Chrissy, you have a last name?
Sims.
Who do you work for?
I work for AT&T Wireless also.
Did you witness Miss Hunter slashing Miss Franklin's tires?
Yes, Your Honor, I did.
And when was that?
It was on May 25th. It was around 3:30, 4 o'clock, because that's when I normally take my lunch break, and I was in our lunchroom. And I was just looking outside, and I saw a car parked behind her car, like slanted. And then I saw her get out the car, and you could tell she was up to something because of the way she was parked. So I saw her get out the car and go over to her tires and just kneel down and slash. She kept moving her arm back and forth.
Judge Judy, Javon Franklin keyed her car. Javon says Shauna slashed her tires.
Okay, I'm ready.
Your Honor, I'll tell you, I don't need a witness here. I slashed her tires. I'm willing to pay for her tires because I was enraged the next morning to find my brand new car.
Perfect.
Scratched. And you know, on top of that, come to find out that this gentleman bought her tires. There was only one security guard outside. He came and chased me. That's when I hopped in my car and I ran off.
Just a second. How much were the tires?
The tires are $300.
Well, let me have an estimate.
I didn't even bring that, to be honest. I left that at home.
Well, where did you think you were coming today? I need an estimate for tires. She has a check here for $50.
Who paid for that and where?
Well, I don't know.
Kevin bought them for $25 each. Oh.
Is that right?
That's correct.
She has 15-inch rims on her tires. I looked down, they were bald.
It doesn't make any difference. I have here $975 is what you're suing for. Damages to the car, towing expenses, lost wages, and harassment.
Correct.
Okay. And how many tires were slashed?
It was 2.
Bird, I know nothing about tires. I know that they make the world go round. Can you get a tire for $100?
Can you buy one tire for $100? Yeah, you can buy one.
Is that a nice? Is that a good tire?
That's a real good time.
What's an average price tire for a Honda Accord?
And they're 17-inch.
Maybe $75 a piece.
All right. Now, how much did you pay for the towing of your car?
The towing was only $65.
And what kind of lost wages are you talking about?
2 days of work, miss.
Why did you miss 2 days of work?
I just didn't have the money to get my tires fixed. When I got it towed, I had it towed to my house. I didn't have any transportation, so
right.
The only transportation I had was to go get my car.
Take a bus and leave the driving to us. Okay, now, I want to see pictures of the scratches to your car.
By the way, she scratched it 2 times on 2 separate occasions.
You have an estimate on painting it?
Yes, ma'am.
There isn't much of a question in my mind that Miss Franklin keyed your car. She certainly acknowledged the fact that she slashed your tires because she was angry.
Your Honor, I did not key her car.
Yeah.
I would like to take a lie detective test, if that's possible.
Okay. Anyway, that's my finding, and I think that you two ladies should just cool it.
I agree. Totally.
And it's going to cost you some money to fix your car, and I'm going to do a set-off because I have a claim and I have a counterclaim, and after I did all the math, although you have a claim for some $1,100 for the painting of your car, you're going to get $785 because I have deducted what I believe is the cost of the tires and the towing. Judgment for the plaintiff, the amount of $785. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She's more than welcome to have him. She's actually doing me a favor.
As soon as she moves on with herself, the better off she'll be.
He said, I heard his heart for the last time, and I will pay for this.
We were doing just fine until she came back around, just causing trouble, knocking on the door at 3 o'clock in the morning when nobody wants her there.
This is my payback. It's cute.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Scott versus Butler. Step forward, please.
22-year-old homemaker Shalisha Scott is suing her ex-boyfriend, 26-year-old cook Jermaine Butler, for claiming her children on his tax return. Jermaine is countersuing for car damage, stolen clothes, and an assault.
Ms. Scott, you and Mr. Butler live together, according to what I've read. You have a child?
Yes, not together.
Not together. How old is your child?
My daughter is 22 months old.
Do you also have a niece that's living with you?
Well, she was in my care previously in 2002.
How old is she?
She's 4 years old.
Why was she in your care?
Just temporarily, just to take care of her.
I asked you a direct question. You have a niece. Is this your sister's child?
Yes.
Was your sister not in a position to take care of her?
No. She just needed some assistance, and I helped her.
Does your sister have any other children?
Yes.
How old are her other children?
She has a 10-year-old, an 8-year-old, a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 3-month-old.
Was this the only child that was out of her custody? Were they all out of her custody?
No. There wasn't out of her custody at all. I just took care of her.
Miss Scott, according to your complaint, you lived with him, stopped living together. When he left, he took a computer and he took a car.
Yes.
You want the computer back and you want the car back.
Yes.
Those items, you say, were purchased with money that he received from his tax returns. You say he received that money from his tax returns because you allowed him to take your daughter and your niece as dependents on his tax returns. That's why I ask you these questions.
Oh.
So, do you understand?
Yes.
That's what you said in your complaint, that the only reason that these items were yours because you were taking care of a 22-month-old and a 4-year-old that year.
Yes.
So I assume you were not working.
No.
Is that right?
No, I wasn't working.
Right. So somebody was supporting you, your 22-month-old, and the 4-year-old. He says it was him because he was working.
When we got together, Jermaine didn't even have a job until...
I'm talking about the year we're talking about with his tax returns. He had to have had a job because he paid taxes and he got money back.
Me and him didn't get together till the end of 2002. So he didn't take care of my niece at all.
How long did you live together?
We lived together for about 7 months.
Who supported your 4-year-old niece?
I did during this time.
From what?
From about March to about August of 2002.
From what money?
Oh, just welfare, just taking care of her, period. Just having her there all the time, basically.
How did you support yourself before him?
I was on welfare, basically.
And your 22-month-old was on welfare?
Yes.
And the 4-year-old?
She was on her mother's welfare, yes.
Did you claim these 2 children on your tax returns?
Yes, I did.
Is that wrong?
Yes.
Of course it was wrong, because we, as taxpayers, were paying for these children. And how much money did you get back as a result of claiming them on your tax returns?
Approximately $3,000.
$3,000 back. Now, but for these children, would you have gotten any money back?
Yes.
How much?
Maybe less than $1,000.
So let's say you got $2,000 back as a result of fraudulently claiming these 2 children on your tax returns. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's your claim, Miss Scott, that you should be entitled to what you bought with this $2,000, because if it wasn't for you giving him the right to take your daughter and your niece off on your tax returns, he wouldn't have gotten this money back.
Yes.
Is that right?
Yes.
Because you didn't work during that time. The only money that you had was provided to you by the state.
Well, actually, in the beginning of 2002, I had a job. I worked.
Well, tell me about your job.
Yes, I was a dental, not a dental assistant. I worked at Wienerson School as a manager.
Okay. How long have you been on welfare?
I've been on welfare since September 2001.
And what year tax returns are we talking about?
2002's taxes.
Fine. Then let's not quibble. The state was supporting you and your daughter. That's the money we're talking about. The state was supporting you, and you had no right to let him claim your 22-month-old or your 4-year-old on his tax returns because the state was providing you with money.
Well,
so what you want me to
ID.
do is, well, he was wrong, 100% wrong. I hope the IRS watches it and comes back and says, you owe us this money because you're not entitled to take them as dependents. They're not your dependents. You are also not entitled to any part of $2,000.
Well, I know, but I'm just saying that was our agreement we came up with to make extra money. And
you came up with a scheme. You came up with a scheme with him. It was an interesting scheme. I'll give you the law very quickly, Miss Scott. The law says that in order to come into court and ask the court to help you, you have to come in with clean hands. If you come in with dirty hands, which means that you had to put your hand down, which means that you haven't done the right thing, you don't get the court's help.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Right. You and he came up with a scheme, and the scheme was to get money back from the government that you didn't deserve, because the government was supporting you, your daughter, and your niece, and as a result of your scheme with him, he got back an extra $2,000. And then you were going to split the proceeds. That's the agreement that you made with him. And your complaint is that he reneged on the agreement because with that money he bought a car, and he bought a computer, and when he left, he took everything back with him.
No, we were in a relationship, so everything that was bought, we bought together. Jermaine was homeless before I met him, so I brought him in thinking that he was going to be an idle husband or a future husband because we were talking about getting married and everything. And I thought that we were going to build on something, but he decided after I became pregnant, everything started getting bad. And he decided to leave.
Your whole story. Listen to me carefully.
I'm just saying.
Listen to me carefully. You're not his wife. You are legally nothing to him. Who are you?
I'm her brother.
I don't want to hear from you. Let me think that at least one member of your family was not absent when they gave out the noodle department, okay? Do you understand? She doesn't get it. Your case is dismissed. You have absolutely no cause of action. You did the wrong thing by permitting him to take 2 people as dependents who were not his dependents. He did the wrong thing. I'm speaking. He did the wrong thing. He ended up with a computer and, according to you, a car that he bought.
For me. That was my
car. That he bought partially from tax return refunds that he shouldn't have gotten, and the IRS may come back and get him. I don't know that. I know certainly you're not getting any money from him because you did the wrong thing. Goodbye. Good luck. Have a happy life. Take your brother with you. I don't want to hear him. I don't want to look at him. I want him out of here.
Why y'all making the income tax the main thing?
Come back 1 second. Bring him back 1 second.
Everybody back this way.
Just the plaintiff and the defendant, please. Thank you very much.
You two can step out, please. Thank you.
I'm looking at your papers, sir. Listen to me carefully. You have a counterclaim?
Yes.
It's dismissed.
Thank you. It wasn't right that I did claim the kids on my taxes.
I don't think that she was fair.
She stayed out all night long, supposed to be pregnant with my baby, but she gone all night.
He left me pregnant.
She could have been cheating around. I don't know. She saw I'm a good man and tried to use me.
I lost my baby due to all the confrontations me and him had.
Don't trust no girls. Don't live with them. Don't move in with them. Keep all your stuff yours.
Anybody don't believe men that tries to lure you and have you believing that he's going to be a good man because he's probably...
Aaron Riley for medical bills and pain and suffering due to a cat bite. Aaron says David has only himself to blame.
All rise. Quiet in the courtroom, please. All rise. Your Honor, this is case number 178 on the calendar in the matter of Ehrman versus Riley. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Ladies have seats. Young man.
Mr. Ehrman.
Yes, ma'am.
I've read your complaint very carefully, sir, and what I gather happened was that you came across Miss Riley's cat.
That's correct.
That was somehow out on the street. You thought the cat was your cat. You have a cat that looks similar. You picked it up. You realized it was not your cat. You were holding onto the cat while your wife went to find out who the owner was. And the cat scratched and or bit you.
Correct.
Which eventually caused a serious infection in your arm, substantial medical bills.
Yes.
And you believe that Miss Riley should be responsible for all of your medical bills, your pain and suffering, and your lost income during this period of time. Miss Riley says you should not have picked up her cat. That's pretty much your defense. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. When did this happen, Mr. Ehrman?
Around April 9th of 2003, about 10 or 10:30 in the evening.
Where were you, sir?
I was in front of my apartment.
Where is your apartment?
I'm up on the hill, and Miss Riley's apartment's like down on the hill.
In what city?
Oh, I'm sorry, Mission Viejo, California.
So you're on top of the hill, she's at the bottom of the hill?
Yes.
Where was the cat?
The cat was probably about 100 to 120 feet away from my apartment.
What did the cat look like? You have a picture?
The cat looked almost identical to the picture that I have of my cat.
Can I see it?
And that's one of the reasons why I approached that cat, thinking that it was my cat.
Who were you with, sir?
I was with my wife.
So you picked up the cat.
Yes.
And it was 10:30 at night, so it was dark. But once you picked up the cat, did you realize that the cat was not yours?
After I picked it up and had it in my arms, I noticed that the tag was slightly different than mine.
So the cat had a tag?
Yes.
What did the tag say?
It was a round tag, and it had Erin Riley's name on it, along with her phone number.
And what happened next, sir?
Once I discovered it was not my cat, I advised the wife to go ahead and contact Miss Riley, because it was late at night, and our community that we live in is infested with coyotes. And I was concerned for the safety of this cat because of all the coyotes.
So did your wife contact her?
Yes, my wife went upstairs and contacted her.
Step up. So far, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Okay. What happened when you called Miss Riley, Mrs. Ehrman?
I informed Miss Riley that we spotted her cat, which looked similar to our cat. You know, do you want to come and obtain your cat? She said, okay, I'm on my way up. I informed my husband she's on her way up, but our complex...
So you came outside after you spoke to her?
Correct.
And you went over to your husband. Your husband was still holding the cat?
Yes, he was.
And you said she's on her way?
I informed him he's on her way, and I was walking down the hill to escort her up.
When you called and said, we have your cat, did she say anything else to you?
Not much of, really, of anything, like, okay, where are you, and where's my cat?
Okay. And now when you went down, you found her and you brought her back up?
Correct.
What happened when you brought her back up?
We approached my husband, who now at this point had the cat on the ground. He showed to her what the cat had did as far as scratches goes and a bite on his finger and thumb. She informed us, oh my God, I cannot believe my cat did this. You know, my cat normally does not do stuff like this. So we explained to her, well, we'll clean it up. We wrapped the cat up in a towel and went to the car and drove her cat back down to her apartment.
So far, is that what happened?
Mm-hmm, exactly.
So there's no question that her cat bit and scratched you.
Correct.
Correct?
Mm-hmm.
After the bite occurred, I immediately poured out iodine, peroxide, alcohol, and all sorts of salves and wrapped up the wound. I kept monitoring it for the next 2 weeks, and it appeared to be healing on the outside. About 2 weeks later, my hand started getting swollen, and at that moment in time, I totally forgot about the cat bite. I was just trying to figure, okay, what's going on with my hand? And it got really, really sore. And the wife, pretty much ordered me to go to the emergency room, and which I did. And at that moment in time, they thought it was torn ligaments. They sent me over to a hand specialist. He saw signs of something else. He started poking around, and there was no pain in certain areas. and he started jogging my memory and saying what happened, and it just stumbled me again, like the cat bite. As soon as I said a cat bite happened, immediately he ordered me for an emergency MRI. He came in and saw the results and said, "You're not going home. You're going to the emergency room now." And I go, "What do you mean?" And he explained to me that the infection went from the thumb, came down the palm, wrapped around my wrist, and was shooting up my arm. He said if I did not get immediate medical attention, I would have been dead in less than 2 weeks. So, of course, I contacted my wife, who escorted me to the hospital, and I was admitted for my first of 4 surgeries.
First of 4 surgeries?
First of 4, yes. And I have pictures of the actual stitches. They are double-sided.
Everything okay now?
I am going through physical therapy, yes, right now, and the progress is improving slowly, but it is getting better, yes.
Now, Mr. Ehrman, did you contact an attorney at any time?
Yes, I did, ma'am, and unfortunately, all the attorneys I contacted, when I stated that I lived in an apartment residence as well with Ms. Riley, they felt that unfortunately there was no assets to go after so that I can receive full compensation for what is due to me.
What do you do for a living, Miss Riley?
I'm a programs coordinator for a nonprofit organization.
You have homeowners insurance?
No, I live in an apartment.
And Your Honor, when we move into the apartment community, they give us this big, thick packet. And one of the papers in here is regarding pets.
Can I see
and on this, I highlighted it for you.
You live in the same community?
Mm-hmm. We live in
And on it, it does state that the residents agree to be responsible for any and all damages caused by that pet while on that property.
Judge Judy continues up her cat.
Miss Riley, I've read your answer. I would like you to explain to me why you believe that you are in no way responsible for Mr. Ehrman's injury.
I don't think that he should have picked up the cat in the first place. I realize that my cat does look a lot like his cat, but my cat was hissing and very upset. I feel like he should have put it down. I feel like it wasn't his responsibility to save it from coyotes.
Okay. Does your cat have claws?
Yes.
So is your cat an indoor cat or an outdoor cat?
Indoor cat.
What was your cat doing out on the 9th of April?
It escaped at around 9:30. I actually went to go look for it for about an hour.
Escaped how?
It got out my patio door when I was cleaning.
Has that ever happened to you before?
No.
You mean your cat has never gotten out before?
No.
Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Is your cat registered with the county
No.
where you live?
No. It has its shots, and I have a shot record.
But the tag that the cat wears is not a registration tag, is that correct?
No, it's an identification.
What is the purpose of an identification tag, Miss Riley?
To call me and have me come pick the cat up.
If what?
If the cat gets out.
Right. You put the tag on the cat to encourage people, if they find your animal, to pick up the phone and call you in order to return your cat, correct?
Correct.
Well, that's what he did. He did no more than accept your invitation. If he picked up the cat and saw it wasn't his and just put it down, he wouldn't have gotten hurt. Isn't that right?
That's correct.
He was holding your cat, doing exactly what you wanted him to do, which was to call him. It was your invitation. Didn't you ever think of that?
I wasn't expecting my cat to get out.
Well, if you weren't expecting your cat to get out, then why did you put the collar on your cat with the tag and your telephone number on it?
Because my daughter put that tag on my cat. I don't know. I mean, in the case that it did
how old
get
is your
out.
daughter?
She's 9.
Madam, your daughter did not put the tag on the cat. Whose name is on the tag? Yours or your daughter's?
It's the cat's name.
What's the cat's name?
Cherry.
Does it have a last name?
No.
What name was on the tag?
Erin. I said Erin Riley and her phone number.
Oh, well, we replaced the tag. I'm sorry, I forgot. This was a while ago.
Whose name is Erin Riley?
My name.
So your daughter did not put your name and telephone number on. You put your name and telephone number on the tag and attached it to the cat. Right?
Yes.
Your Honor, let me
What?
make a statement. As far as her statement that she made earlier saying that the cats only got out once, unfortunately that is false.
Of course it's
brought
false.
witnesses with me as well that have seen the cat on the premises multiple times, especially near my apartment as well.
Is that you? Mm-hmm.
Both of them.
Tell me your name.
Shannon Ehrman. And yes, on multiple occasions, I have seen the cat right directly in front of our complex.
How do you know it was her cat and not his?
Because I seen the cat the
She
night
lives with
that it
us.
happened, prior to the incident that happened with him, that I saw the cat.
How many times prior to the evening of April 9th had you seen that cat?
Never.
So you never saw it before?
Never before.
After that night?
At least 2 more times after that.
After he was injured?
Correct.
Miss Riley, I want you to take a look at these and tell me if this is the agreement that you signed ultimately when you moved into your apartment.
Of course. Yes.
Well, then you agreed to be responsible, right? You saw his injuries, I assume.
No, I haven't.
Well, just show her the scars as a result of the injury. These are the photographs that were taken while they were stitched. You still have the cat, Miss Riley?
Yes, I do.
Miss Riley, your cat is responsible for the injury that Mr. Ehrman suffered. There isn't a question in my mind about that. I don't think that there's a question in your mind about it either. I think that the only issue is, do you bear responsibility? I think that by A, allowing your cat to escape, and having signed the agreement with your landlord that you would be responsible for any and all damage, you are in fact responsible. But more so, you encouraged people like Mr. Ehrman to act when you placed a tag on your cat that gave your name and your telephone number and said, please help me. If you find my cat that's gotten out, he did exactly what you told him to do. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Thank you. Parties are excused. You may step out.
I felt that I was getting nowhere and I had to pursue legal action for what little I could get to pay the enormous amount of medical bills.
I'm responsible, but once the cat scratched him, he should have dropped it. That's what I think.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Eccles versus Fowler. Step forward, please.
Student Colette Eccles is suing her cousin, 23-year-old student Christy Fowler, for unpaid babysitting fees. Christy says Colette did a poor job.
Miss Eccles, you provided daycare for Miss Fowler's children.
Yes.
How old were her children?
4 and 6.
And when did you provide daycare for her children?
December of 2001 to February 2002.
And it was your agreement with Miss Fowler that when she got a state check for child care, that she would pay you, correct?
Yes.
And she never did?
No.
Is that right?
Correct.
Now, Miss Fowler tells me the following story in her answer. Bert, are we paying careful attention here? I want you to listen to this story.
I am with you.
Miss Fowler says that you did not do a good job when you took care of her children. But despite that, when she got her state check, it was just before she was ready to go to jail. So she cashed the check and she gave the money to a friend to give to you. I read that right, didn't I?
No, ma'am.
I didn't read that right? Let's see what you say here. You said...
He was my cousin, Your Honor.
Oh, you mean it wasn't friend, it was cousin.
Yeah, exactly.
But other than that, I was right.
Colette Eccles says her cousin, Christy Fowler, owes for unpaid babysitting fees. Christy says Colette is scamming the state.
How much did you give your cousin to give to her?
Like $2,000.
And does your cousin have a name?
Fabian.
And what does Mr. do for a living?
He works somewhere now, but then he didn't have no job then.
So at the time that you gave him this $2,000 in cash, he was unemployed?
That's correct.
Now, what prompted you to give the money to Fabian?
Okay, Your Honor, I had just got the check like a day before I was sentenced.
For what?
For why? For possession of a controlled substance and assault, Your Honor. And he lived with me at this time, and they sent me the check with a letter of verification that said I was supposed to pay her how much I feel that I should pay her.
And the rest was a gift to you?
Excuse me? There was no gift.
Well, if you say that they sent you a check and that the letter said you should pay Miss Eccles what you thought she deserved,
that's right.
Then the rest the state was sending you was a gift. How much was the whole check for?
For $2,208.
Okay. So you thought that she deserved $2,000, leaving you $208.
That's all I spent.
Just a second. Let's say you thought she deserved $1,000. So you would have given her $1,000, and the other $1,208 would have been a gift to you from the state for being a good mother.
Yes, Your Honor. That's
yes,
how you
okay.
want to
I
put
just
it.
wanted to make sure where we were going. So the $208 was a gift to you from Officer Byrd, because he's a citizen who pays taxes. Miss Fowler, I don't believe you.
Okay.
Let us start with, I don't believe you. I don't believe that the day before you went to jail, you said to Fabian, an unemployed cousin who lived with you in a house where there were drugs going on and everything else, you gave him $2,000 and said to him, I want you to go find Miss Eccles and give her the money that I owe her for not taking good care of my children. I don't believe you.
But she know it's true. Just ask her. She know I gave him the money.
I'm going to ask her
she
right
know
now.
It's true.
Did Fabian give you $2,000?
No, he did not.
He gave her $800.
No, he did not.
Just a minute. If he gave her $800, what happened to the other $1,200?
I don't know what he did with it. I was gone. I was already incarcerated, Your Honor.
Just a minute. You were already gone. So what makes you think he gave her $800?
Because everybody told me. Everybody say so. The whole family. She been knowing my whole family for 17 years. I got my stub right here. I got a statement right here from another man, my stepdad that was living with me. He took her to my house and gave her the $800. She went and searched my house and found $800. And that was the money. Half of the money.
Miss Fowler, why did you just tell me before and swear in your answer that you gave her $2,000 when you didn't give her $2,000? You only gave her, according to you, she only took $800.
Listen, I gave Fabian $2,000.
What does that have to do with her?
He knew what he was supposed to do with the money. I left my business, I left my house, I left him my car, I left him my children, I left him everything to handle my business while I go and do my time, Your Honor. If he didn't give it to her, what am I supposed to do? I can't do nothing from jail. But I guess he spent half the money.
You know that
and he
actually
gave her
sounds logical to her? Miss Fowler, let us say you bought a television set for $2,000 at Sears Roebuck. And before you went to jail, you say to Fabian, here is the $2,000 that I owe to Sears Roebuck. And Fabian doesn't pay Sears. And Sears comes when you get out of jail, and you say, well, what are you doing here? And they say, well, I'm coming to get my TV because you didn't pay for it. And you say, well, you can't do that. Fabian had the money. I gave the money to Fabian. You see how stupid that sounds?
Okay,
how far do you think you would get with them?
No, that's a legitimate business.
Just
this
a second.
is not a legitimate business.
Yes.
She asked me.
No. Miss Eccles, you evidently told the state in the form of a written voucher that Miss Eccles was your child care provider for your two children. Now, if you lied to the state when you told them that, but if you think that the state is going to make you a gift, you are absolutely mistaken.
Well, how come they...
We are not going to make you a gift for committing fraud. Judgment for the plaintiff for the amount of $2,000. That's all.
Oh,
Step
yeah,
out.
right.
See
that? She didn't even let you talk. It's destroyed our whole relationship. I never want to see this woman in my house, around my family, again in my whole life.
No sweat off my back.
My one child came home dirty, hungry, every time.
They weren't dirty when I had them.
She trying to get paid for an illegal daycare, but I'm trying to get paid too.
Judge Judy seems to...
Darlene Connolly is suing her former friend, Thad White, for the cost of a trashed hotel room. Thad says Darlene is trying to stick him with someone else's debt.
All rise. Yeah, that's case number 255 on the calendar in the matter of Connolly versus White. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated.
Mr. Thaddeus, is that right?
Yes.
How old are you, Thaddeus?
I'm 26.
So you were 25 when you rented this hotel room and vandalized it, is that right?
That is correct.
What kind of work do you do, Thaddeus?
I'm a cook.
How long have you been a cook at the place where you're currently employed?
I'm not employed at this moment, actually.
So you do nothing?
No. I'm a little injured right now. I can't work.
What's the nature of your injury?
Well, because I work with my hands. I got a dislocated finger. I can't.
How long
do
have you had a
stuff.
dislocated finger?
About a week and a half, 2 weeks.
And prior to that, where were you working, Thaddeus?
I was working at Sylvester's in Los Osos, California.
Could you stand still?
Oh, yeah.
According to Ms. Connolly's complaint, this is what this case is about. Bert, I want you to pay careful attention. I'm going to try to make this as simple as possible so Thaddeus can understand what the case is about, okay?
Okey doke.
Thaddeus, another woman, and Miss Connolly were in a hotel room. Mr. White, that's Thaddeus over here, he had rented the hotel room. They all got splash drunk and wrecked the hotel room. Now, Miss Connolly was 17 years old at the time. But Mr. Thaddeus White and the other young lady were over the age of 18. They were, in fact, arrested.
Yes, that's correct.
Mr. White.
Oop. Sorry.
Mr. White asked Miss Connolly if she could help out because the hotel was prepared to drop the charges if the people who done vandalized the property paid for it.
Oh.
Got it?
Sounds good.
Mr. White, despite the fact that he had more years, less brains, but more years than the other two, he said to Miss Connolly, I will give you back the money, half of it, and the other lady, what was her name?
Her name is Vanessa.
Vanessa is going to give you back the other half. So Miss Connolly said, well, I was there too, and I wasn't arrested because I was only 17. They let me off the hook. Miss Connolly said, I am going to cash in all the money I have in the world, a CD, so that I can give you the money so we can pay off the hotel, and then it'll all be neat. So far, is that correct?
Yes, it is.
Mr. White paid back
I
how
gave
much?
him $400.
Leaving how much on the debt to Miss Connolly?
$1,200.
Is that right, Miss Connolly?
Yes, at the time it was correct.
But then Vanessa, the elusive Vanessa, left the jurisdiction. So Miss Connolly said to Thaddeus, well, she left the jurisdiction, you got to pay her half too, right?
That is true.
Mr. White said, well, if that's what you have to say, I'm not paying anything. I'm not paying the $1,200 that I owe you, or I'm not paying her money either. Isn't that what you said?
Pretty much.
Now, just a couple of background questions so that I understand the nature of your stupidity.
Okay.
You rented this room when?
Around June 2nd.
What did you rent it for, Thaddeus?
To stay in a couple days as in between moving.
So you needed a place to stay?
Yeah.
And was this a hotel or a motel?
Yeah.
It's a hotel.
Hotel.
Only your finger was injured, is that right?
As far as I know. Did have a terrible skateboarding accident, kind of hit my face. I could have done some damage.
Okay. So you rented the hotel, motel to stay in. You stayed there for a couple of days. When did you invite Miss Connolly and Vanessa to join you?
Actually, she came with one of my co-workers that I worked with at Pizza Port.
Who provided the alcohol?
I provided my own alcohol. She came with alcohol herself.
No, I didn't.
You did.
Shh. Anyway, everybody got drunk.
Mm-hmm.
And you vandalized the hotel?
Yes, we did.
Any particular reason for that?
Drunken stupidity, I guess.
Well, that's honest. Where do you live now?
I live in Morro Bay, California.
With whom?
My parents.
How long have you lived with your parents?
I just moved back to Morro Bay in April.
They must be thrilled.
Oh, they love me. What can I say?
When did you make your first payment, Thaddeus?
I think it was on the first paycheck I got from my work.
Why did you stop making payments, Thaddeus?
I never knew how to get a hold of her.
I came into your work like every single day.
Look,
No,
don't talk to him, talk to me.
Well, I went into his work.
Every
because
time I had the money,
boyfriend
she was
at the
never
time-
around.
You didn't have
Don't talk
any.
to him.
Thad didn't have any identification, so he couldn't even go to the bank and cash his checks. So he had to go to the bank with his boss, and it was a big deal. Half the time the bank wouldn't cash it. It's not my responsibility that he has no identification and he can't go about getting money. So every time I went in, he's like, oh, hold
He's
on.
25?
Yes.
And he doesn't have any money?
Oh, no, I lost my wallet. I didn't have ID to cash my checks with.
What ID did you have in your wallet?
My California identification card?
How long were you without it?
I don't know. Close to 6 months.
Do you have a driver's license?
Not at the moment.
Why not?
A little trouble.
What kind of trouble?
I got a DUI a while ago.
When?
I'm not really sure. It was a long time ago.
That's why they took away your driver's license, Thaddeus? Because you had one DUI?
Yep, that's right.
No, Thaddeus, that's not right. I think you forgot something. You left out a couple of pieces to the puzzle.
No.
Did you go for classes?
Oh, yeah, I did most of the classes. Then I moved
Well, that's
and
the problem. You did most of the classes.
I didn't,
Well, you have
that's
to
why I
do-
can't get my license back
You
right
have
now.
to do all the classes, Thaddeus.
Yeah, I know.
Your parents must be thrilled having you home.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. And later...
Go find Vanessa, because I'm not making it easy for you, madam, because you were just as stupid as he was.
Yes.
So you go find Vanessa, but he owes you $1,200. He acknowledges he owes you $1,200. He doesn't owe you Vanessa's share. Go find her. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,200. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Thad started out by throwing his shoes against the wall.
Cut back on the 151 or something, probably.
Then a very large and expensive wooden chair off the third floor balcony.
Pay attention more often when I'm, like, drinking or whatever.
And then pretty much everything else in the hotel room off the balcony.
It doesn't really matter. Everything's fine with me.
I was young, stupid, whatever.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Johnson versus Oleksiak Galgan, step forward, please.
Real estate agent Jeff Johnson is suing 18-year-old Andrew Oleksiak and his girlfriend, 19-year-old nanny Jennifer Galgan, for damage to his vehicle. Jeff says while test driving his car, the couple had a wreck.
Mr. Johnson, son?
Yes, son Gregory.
No. You weren't there the day that your son Gregory gave them the car to test drive, or were you?
I was.
You were?
Yes.
Oh, then that makes it all the better. You want them to pay you, these two people, $5,000 because she had an accident with a car that you and or your son was selling. They came over to take a test drive. He got in the car, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
You gave him permission to test drive the car, correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
He got around the corner. He gave her permission to get behind the wheel. She had an accident and wrecked the car. Is that what this case is about?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's relatively easy. Give me the date.
February 18th,
What time of the day?
8:30 in the evening.
How did they get to your car? Was there a sign on the car, or did they know your son?
It was advertised for sale.
And they came over. So you didn't know them prior to this date, is that right?
I personally did not. My son did.
Oh, step up. First name?
Gregory.
Yours?
Andrew, Your Honor.
How old are you?
17.
And you?
18, Your Honor.
How old were you in February?
17, Your Honor.
First name?
Jennifer.
How old are you, Jennifer?
19.
Were you 18 or 19 in February?
I was 19.
Now, how did you know Andrew?
He had came to see the car prior to the day that that they crashed the car. He had came over to look at the car before that day.
So you didn't know him from school. It was just a business.
No, ma'am.
Did you ask him how old he was?
No.
Did you?
I did not.
That was a big mistake. Because at 17, he's not responsible. You have no case against him. You understand that? Well, if you don't, I'm telling you. He's a minor. And he is shielded by a law that says minors are not responsible for what they do. You know that?
Yes, I do.
Then if you know that, why did you sue him?
I think there was a fraud that was created when he allowed Jennifer to drive the vehicle. He had driven the vehicle once prior and had proven that he was capable of driving the vehicle. And then he somehow, in a period of 9 residential households, decided he shouldn't be driving a car without a driver's license and turned the keys over to his girlfriend.
Let me tell you this. If he was 17, 16, 15 years old and came to your house to buy the car, and you gave him permission to drive the car, which you had done before because he test drove the car before, and if he was in an accident in that car and got seriously injured, his mother would sue you. You would be liable. Do you understand that? A minor cannot be held liable for acts such as breach of contract, negligence. He wasn't even negligent. He did something that a kid would do. He said, Jennifer, you can drive the car. Is this your girlfriend?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mm-hmm. But Jennifer's responsible. What happened to the car, Jennifer?
We traded places, and I started
Why
driving.
did you trade places after he let Andrew drive the car?
Because Andrew had been talking to his father, and his father decided that he shouldn't be driving. Andy thought about that, and then there was some snow on the road. It was pretty much dry.
Andy was talking to his father in the car after Mr. Johnson gave him the keys?
No, after the first time that Andy had driven the car, he was talking to his dad.
Okay, just a second. Jennifer, I just want to get it all clear. Andrew took a test drive on the car and then said to you at some point on the 18th of February, I would like to go back and test drive the car again to see if I want to buy it. Would that be a fair statement?
Yes.
And you said, fine, let's go. You get to the Johnson house, and Mr. Johnson is there. Andy says, take the keys, I want to take the car around. I'd like my girlfriend to ride with me. Is that,
Yes, Your
in
Honor.
sum and substance, that's what happened?
Yes.
Now, what I want to know, Jennifer, is when did this epiphany strike Andrew about the conversation that he had had with his father?
Oh, he was thinking about it the whole time. He was worried, but
well, just a minute. Was he
really
worried as you? Just a second, Jennifer. Was he worried as you pulled up to Mr. Johnson's house? Do you think? Just a second. You think he was worried when he pulled up to Mr. Johnson's house?
I guess.
And was he worried when he took the keys from Mr. Johnson and Mr. Johnson put the keys in his hand and Andy got in the car? Was he worried then?
I guess.
And was he worried when he took the keys and put the keys in the ignition and turned the ignition on and put his foot on the gas?
Yes, but then...
And was he worried when he pulled out of the driveway or away from Mr. Johnson's car and pulled around the block? He was worried?
Yes.
Okay, so this epiphany came to him that he could no longer drive this car as he turned the corner. Is that what happened?
Yes,
the
Your Honor.
epiphany came to you.
Yes.
You know what an epiphany is?
Not quite, Your Honor.
Stay in school. Okay, so after Andrew had the epiphany, I assume you know what an epiphany is. We give a test later. Andrew said what to you?
He just asked me to drive it. He said he...
What did he say? No, I want to know what he said. He didn't say. He said, hon, will you drive the car? Or, listen, I'm going to get out of the car now, or I've just had my epiphany.
He just said, you know what, there's a little bit of snow on the road. I really don't think I should be driving. Would you please take over for me?
Why did you get in the car with him in the first place knowing he didn't have a license?
I wasn't really thinking about that.
You hadn't had your epiphany yet. So what happened?
I started driving. It was pretty dark. For the most part, the roads were clear, and then all of a sudden the road was covered in snow. This car started fishtailing, and it hit a tree.
And was it destroyed?
The front end was pretty bad.
What kind of car is this, Mr. Johnson?
This is a Mazda MX-6, 1993.
You have a blue book on the car with the mileage that you had on your car?
I don't have a blue book value, but I have an estimate of the damages.
The car's 10 years old. How many miles did the car have on it?
Car had
75,000.
What were you selling it for?
3,800, I believe.
How much was
We had
the car
agreed.
listed?
We had agreed to 3,800, Your Honor.
Why are you suing for $5,000?
The damage repair was in excess to $5,000, so if they didn't want to finish the transaction, we would have had to repair the car in order to make it saleable again. In its current condition, it's certainly not saleable.
But you agreed to sell it to him for $3,800, so the value of the car to you was $3,800.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Where's the car now?
The car is parked behind a friend's shop and not drivable.
Well, it's not drivable. Maybe Jennifer can drive it. She just bought it for $3,800. Right, Jennifer? It's your fault. You shouldn't have gotten behind the wheel of the car. You shouldn't have been driving with him. He had no license. Now, Mr. Johnson was probably wrong. He should have said to Andrew, Andrew, let me see your driver's license, because I want to make sure you have a valid driver's license and that you're over the age of 18. Should have done that. What?
Your Honor, state of Michigan is a no-fault state. I'm not sure if you're aware of no fault, but in this particular case, Mr. Johnson's car was not insured. It did not have collision or comprehensive insurance. It had what they call personal liability and property damage.
Yes.
And in Michigan, we have the mini-tort liability law, which enables somebody to sue for up to only $500, only to cover a deductible in which insurance would pay for. So Mr. Johnson should only be able to get $0 because he was uninsured, Your Honor.
Let me ask you this question, Andrew. Let's talk about common sense. The law is supposed to have a certain common sense to it. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And if the law does not have a common sense to it, then it's wrong. Is that right?
No, Your Honor.
Yes. Certain laws were enacted at the time of horse and buggies. That's no longer applicable. When was the last time you saw a horse and buggy on the 10 freeway? At the end of a trial, what's supposed to happen is the just and fair thing. You and your girlfriend deprived Mr. Johnson of the ability to sell his car for $3,800 because you were not honest with Mr. Johnson about the fact that you did not have a driver's license. Now, when you went back, according to your girlfriend, you felt a little guilty because you had conned him, because according to your girlfriend, You knew you shouldn't be driving. You knew you didn't have a license, which is the reason why you asked her to drive the car. She also did the wrong thing because you're right around the corner. All you had to do was pull the car over, park it, go back and say, the roads look bad. I don't have a license. I left the car there. I'm sorry. You chose not to do that. You chose to let Jennifer drive the car.
Jeffrey Johnson chose to threaten my entire family to kill us if we didn't pay.
I want you to practice these words when you're in bed at night, when you have a quiet moment. I want you to try practicing these words because I don't think that you've said them often enough in your life at the appropriate time. I'm sorry I did the wrong thing. 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 It was my fault. I'll take responsibility. I want you to practice that. You'll be a much happier adult when you do. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,800 against you, Jennifer. That's all.
What is our excuse? You may step out.
Thank you, Your Honor. Well, for me, this case was about teaching my son the difference between right and wrong.
You should have never given me the keys in the first place. I'm a minor.
Things happen in life, but you have to step up to the plate and take care of them as they happen.
I originally had agreed to pay him the $3,800 until he wrote these insane comments on the internet.
It was joking.
Quote, neither of us have collisions, so not much insurance can do. If he ends up blowing me off, there will be hell to pay.
They were threats, but they weren't threats that I planned on doing.
If I'm screwed out of $3,700, blood will flow and my path will be secretive.
I didn't plan on acting out on anything.
Glad they got their money.
Suing her ex-husband, William Ferrier, and his wife Kathy for attorney fees, defamation of character, and harassment. The Ferriers are countersuing for lost wages and harassment.
Order. Yeah, this is case number 135 on the calendar in the matter of Totter versus Ferrier.
Totter, is that how you pronounce your name?
I'm going to say Toto.
Totter versus Ferrier. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Thanks, Bert.
You're welcome, Judge.
Mr. Ferrier is your former husband, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
And the co-defendant is his present wife. It is your claim that Mrs. Ferrier called your boss and made some slanderous remarks about you, which caused you a great deal of emotional distress, caused you to have to hire a lawyer, a whole bunch of other things. You want a whole bunch of money from the two of them because you think that they're both responsible. Your former husband and his wife say that you did, in fact, harass both of them, that they've suffered by having to lose wages because work-related absences, and they are counterclaiming. So I want you to tell me, this whole thing started over a $10 check, is that right?
Mm-hmm.
You have a child together with Mr. Ferrier.
Yes.
How old is that child?
Now he's 12 and a half.
And who has custody?
We have joint. I had full custody the first 11 years.
Is that right?
I have custody of him, Your Honor.
You have
physical custody.
We have
but
joint.
It's joint custody.
You have
But
joint
she-
legal. Shh, just a second. You have joint legal custody, but you have physical custody
Yes,
of him.
Your Honor.
Is that by court order?
Yes.
Okay. So tell me about this check that you got back.
I found
Well,
out
that you didn't get back.
I found out that I overpaid and
overpaid what?
On the medical bill.
You got a medical bill for your son.
Uh-huh.
What was the bill for?
$63.36.
Put the papers down, please. And you paid that bill.
Mm-hmm.
And then you found out that you had overpaid the bill, according to your complaint. How much did you overpay the bill?
$10.69.
Your insurance company sent back a check for $10.69. Who did they send the check to?
To his address.
In whose name was the check?
My son.
And your son's name is?
Shane Ferrier.
And what did Shane do with the check?
All I know is that they both signed it. My son signed it, and my ex-husband signed it.
And that started a problem?
I was very upset. I felt like they took something that didn't belong to them.
So what did you do?
I made a few phone calls.
How many is a few?
From the house that evening, October 7th, I don't remember how many.
More
It was
than
a few.
5?
I don't know. Maybe 3.
How many phone calls?
Your Honor, I can't remember how many phone calls. She called in the middle of the night. We changed our phone 3 times
Okay.
because of the harassment.
Well, did that start over this $10?
Yes.
Well, your wife says no.
I'm
You
sorry.
say yes.
No, it started before. This started 12 years ago.
Okay, I'm just talking about this $10 check. So you made some phone calls from the house, Ms. Toder, is that right?
Yeah, it was a few phone calls.
Well, what
And
did
it
you
was
say?
not-
Shh,
I'm
listen to
sorry,
me.
it was not in the middle of the night. It was after I came back from the job. It was after 5 p.m.
What did you say during these 3?
I told them that they're not decent people and they're teaching my son to be a thief.
Okay, that takes one phone call. What was the next phone call?
Same thing.
And the next one?
Same thing.
Well, that's harassment.
But it was the one
Shh,
case.
Just a second. I'm not finished with you. Then you went to work. And you called them again from work. Is that right?
Yeah.
How many times did you call them from work?
6 times in 2 days.
And what did you say to them in the 6 times you called
Probably the same thing. I was probably very upset over the whole
them?
thing.
And then, Mrs. Ferrier, you called her boss.
Yes, ma'am.
And you said what to her boss?
I called her boss and I said that we were getting a lot of phone calls and I wanted him to talk to her.
About stopping calling during the day?
Yes, and he had no interest in any of it until he found out that they were coming from work.
Well, she admits now that they were coming from work.
So,
okay? So that's what you told the boss, that you were getting these harassing phone calls and they were coming during work hours.
Right.
That's what your lawsuit is about, Ms. Toder. You say that she made slanderous remarks against you to your boss, which caused you all kinds of trouble and aggravation and emotional distress. So tell me what kind of aggravation and emotional distress was
Can I
caused to
say
you.
something, Your Honor? She told them I made 100 phone calls from the job like 2 years ago.
I'm
2 years
talking
ago,
about,
they didn't
I'm
even
talking
have
about $10.69. I asked you a question. What kind of emotional distress do you believe that you suffered that they should compensate you for?
Okay, first of all, they took me to a drug test.
So, what does that have to do with her? Did
Because she doesn't know me. We never spoke to each other.
Listen to me. What does that have to do with her if you went for a drug test?
That's what she told them, that I was doing drugs.
Did you tell them that she was doing drugs? What proof do you have that Miss Ferrier told them that you were using drugs?
Allegation number 4.
This doesn't say that Mr. or Mrs. Ferrier say that you continue to use marijuana, alcohol to an excess and abuse prescription drugs. It doesn't say that they said this about you. This says that they complained about harassing phone calls. And then another paragraph says it is further alleged that you are continuing to use marijuana, alcohol to excess, and abuse prescription drugs. Did you tell them that?
No,
The
I did not.
investigator told me that they did.
Well, I don't know. That's hearsay. Did you ever use marijuana?
No.
Did you ever use alcohol?
I drink alcohol, but I don't abuse it.
Well, maybe. And what about prescription drugs? What drugs do you take?
I used to take Xanax.
And what else do you take?
I got something new after this attack started. I'm not sure the name of it.
You're not sure of the kind of drug you take?
No.
That's interesting.
I can't pronounce it.
Why are you laughing?
Just because Your Honor, I can't understand anybody that could take a prescription and not know the name of it.
Try to behave yourself.
Okay, Your Honor.
Good.
Judge Judy continues and his wife Kathy made false allegations to her employer. The Ferriers claim she harassed them over the phone.
Okay. And as a result of whatever allegations these were, mostly use of the telephone, what happened?
I was just upset, Your Honor.
Well, then you shouldn't have done what you did, madam.
I understand it. But
So then why are you here in court?
In the heat of the moment, because I had expenses.
Well, what does that have to do with court? You made a mistake. You made a mistake by calling, at least according to you, 9 times, all complaining because they cashed a $10.69 check that they received that was made out to your son, who I assume you support. Is that right?
No.
Well, if you don't support him, then why would you complain anyway if they cashed a $10.69?
I'm not supposed to support him yet.
Listen to me. You are a parent. You're supposed to support him. He's not in your custody.
I understand.
If he's not in your custody, then you're supposed to support him. Just because you're a woman doesn't mean that you're off the hook. If you were a man standing over here and saying, I'm not supposed to support him yet, what does that mean? You're the parent. Did you pay support when the child lived with her?
Yes.
How much?
He's a deadbeat, by the way.
How much?
$500 a month, Your Honor, the maximum amount. She asked for $1,100, and the judge told her no.
I don't ask. Did I ask you to editorialize for me, sir?
No, you didn't.
Good. So, and you pay, I don't care how much you paid. If you didn't pay $500, you paid $300, you paid $300, you paid $200. You pay nothing. So if you pay nothing, and if you're just angry that your son went to live with his father.
No, I'm really not angry, Your Honor.
Then you shouldn't have been angry over a $10.69 check.
Your Honor, I'm not angry about him because I know my ex-husband wanted it, and my son came to me and told me, Mom, I was with you for 11 years, now I want to be with Dad. So I said, okay. I was going to fight for him, but when he told me that, I said, okay, go to your dad and be happy. But she's not happy about that. She doesn't want to raise a seventh kid.
Listen to me, madam. I don't know why you came to court. You did the wrong thing, causing you to have expenses, then you have to pay for them. If you wanted to call up and speak to your ex-husband once and say, listen, I understand that you got this check for $10.69. That check really belonged to me because I paid...
I can't communicate with him, Your Honor.
Hey, I'm speaking to you. You called 9 times. You were harassing them. I said if you called once and said it, that was one thing. That's not what you told me.
He hung up on me. I can't talk to him. Ever since they got married...
Then that means he didn't want to talk to you.
Ever since... Well, that doesn't help my kid.
Then write him a letter. What good does it do to you for you to harass him on the telephone?
That was not meant as harassment.
Well, I'm telling you, it's harassment. So you have no case. Now, let's turn to you.
Your Honor, what I've gone through, I have had more temporary restraining orders filed by Mrs. Toder, or Miss Toder, my former ex-wife, or my ex-wife. And she has taken me to court, and when we were in front of the judge in Las Vegas, she didn't show up for the temporary restraining order. Twice she didn't. Or no, the first time she showed up...
This is the restraining orders that she took out against you.
She's using the court as a form of harassment, and she's been doing it to me for a long time. What happened is when she took me in front of the judge said, well, do you want to continue? Do you feel he's...
Hearsay. What the judge said to you was hearsay unless you have a document from the court.
I do.
Let me see.
I have a document.
Good. Let me see it.
Not for the first one. I have one for the second one that she never showed up for. Okay? And she said she was on her honeymoon. And that's what I'm talking about. Here she even writes, is this it here? She writes in here that I'm going to be on my honeymoon, so I can't even make it to the court hearing. I believe it's this one here.
So what do you want me to do?
Well, I'm just saying, this is what I'd like her to be able to stop using the court as a form of harassment, because she's had me in court so many times, and I always feel like I'm the defendant and that I have to defend myself.
Well, you are the defendant now, sir.
Of courts. I didn't even want to be here today, even though you're a fine person, but this is not where I want to spend my time in court.
I absolutely got it. Was she granted a temporary restraining order as a result of this application?
No, Your Honor, she wasn't.
She was not.
She was denied.
Of course she was. Of course she was, because there is no basis for it in her application. There's no basis for her to get a temporary restraining order based upon what she alleges here. It's the ramblings of somebody who is using or overusing prescription drugs. Go ahead.
Your Honor, that's what I'm saying, that she's using the court as a form of harassment.
Okay, there is absolutely no basis for her to get an order of protection based upon what she writes in here. It's a lot of garbage. It says that she's afraid that you're going to be abusive, but please she wants you to take her son because she can't take care of him because he's out of control, and she's going on her honeymoon. Go ahead.
Your Honor, he's doing very well in school now.
Tell me what you want.
We want the court, her not to be able to use the court to drag me through.
Mr. Ferrier, all too often people abuse the system, and they take time away from cases that need court time because they got their own personal shtick that they want to take care of. Now, your ex-wife came here to court, and if it wasn't this court, it would have been someplace else, because she was complaining that she had expenses and embarrassment as a result of your wife calling her boss. She caused the problem. She harassed you. She called time after time after time to complain about the cashing of this $10.69 check. By the way, what did you do with that money? Did you have it?
My son kept the money, and he even called her and offered to do chores for her to pay her back, and she said, no, I want your father to pay it back. And I said, no, I'm not paying it back.
Can I say something?
Yes, go ahead. Shh, go ahead.
Okay, on May 14, I had a chat with him for the first time in a year. And all I want is really to communicate with him, you know, regarding our son. But ever since he got married, I don't feel that I can. He either hangs up on me, she hangs up on me, or whatever. And I asked him about contacting my job, and I said, Sean, why did you contact my job? And he said to me, I had nothing to do with it. And I said, Sean, your name is on it. And he said, I had to keep my wife happy. I think that's a lame excuse to keep the wife happy, so.
You did the wrong thing. Stop blaming everybody else. You had no right to call their home 3 times. I guarantee it was a lot more. You have the tape?
We have tapes of what she said, Your
Well,
Honor.
let me hear them. Let me hear them.
I'm not denying it, that I made these phone calls.
They're a little nastier than what you said.
You're nasty, Sean.
I don't slander you.
I can't hear it. Can you bring it up here, please?
Needs to be re-queued.
I never denied I made these phone calls.
Well, they get real nice.
Could you please be quiet?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's a repeat.
I think that's a repeat.
That's a repeat. Okay.
I never denied I made this phone call.
I want to tell you something. You just acknowledged on that tape a federal crime. Do you understand that? If you're getting mail of his from credit card companies and shredding it, that's a federal crime. That's
I'm not doing.
I'm speaking to you.
I'm not getting his mail.
I'm speaking to you. That's what you said you did on the tape.
Wanted to put him off. I don't get his mail.
You got it, madam. That's what you wanted to do. And you succeeded. And so stop standing here complaining and abusing the courts again. Your case is dismissed. And all I can tell you is I'm not going to be able to stop her from filing these frivolous claims. It's going to have to be a judge in your jurisdiction that has some chutzpah. All right? You thought I was going to say it, didn't you? Who's going to say to her, you come in 9 o'clock in the morning, you wait until 5 o'clock till the end of my calendar every time you want to file a petition. You come in, you explain to me what you want to file, you explain to me why, and I'll see if I'm going to give you permission to file that case. Until you get a judge that's going to be able to say that she's going to continue to abuse the system. But I find it offensive when someone abuses the system. They abuse the system, they abuse me, because they're abusing the other people. When she came in and filed this piece of garbage that took time away from a clerk to fill out papers, her papers, other people were waiting. They had to wait an extra hour or two because she was filing this piece of trash. And then it took time from a judge to hear it.
He told me to buy a life vest. I mean,
I'm telling you to, and I'm telling you better. I'm telling you to get a life. Your case is dismissed. So is your counterclaim. I've given you my best advice. Goodbye.
If you're excused, you may step out.
It's to the point where my wife wants a divorce. She can't stand the harassment that we're going through from her.
I just want to be able to communicate with my ex-husband about our son. And ever since he got married, he died.
I feel like she's capable of really a lot more, and I'm afraid.
If we can communicate and discuss things on a simple, level, we wouldn't be here.
He's gone through 12 years I've gone through 2, and I filed for divorce.
Her boyfriend's former friend, 20-year-old mover Ben Hathaway, for stealing her car and wrecking it. Ben claims Melissa gave him permission to drive.
Quiet in the courtroom, please. Hello. Okay. Your Honor, this is case number 188 on the calendar in the matter of Norrie versus Hathaway. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Sir, have a seat.
All right, Miss Norrie, you owned a car.
Yes, I did.
Do you still own it?
No, I don't.
You allowed your boyfriend to drive the car.
Yes, I did.
Your boyfriend's name is Shane.
Yes.
According to what I've read here. And this would be Shane.
Yes, Your Honor.
Shane and the defendant went for a ride. The defendant somehow, after Shane went to sleep or whatever, went to a party and he wasn't in the shape to go home, the defendant decided to take the car, according to you, without Shane's permission and drive home.
Yes, Your Honor.
He wrecked the car.
Yes, he did.
And you want him to pay for the car.
Yes, I do.
Mr. Hathaway says, it's not my fault.
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. Now, Mr. Hathaway is going to explain, not only to me, but he is going to explain to Officer Petrie Hawkinsbird how someone who was the sole driver of a car, who wrecked it, can establish to our satisfaction that it was somebody else's fault.
Okay.
Okay? Is that fair?
That's fair, Your Honor.
Very good. Step up here, Shane. Now, you borrowed the plaintiff's car when?
January 16th.
And what did you borrow the car for?
To go to Bridgewater State College. We went up there to visit a friend.
Did you have a driver's license?
Yes, I do.
Did you?
Oh, did
On
I?
January 16th, 2003, have a driver's license?
No, I didn't.
How did you expect to drive her car without a driver's license, Shane?
Ben was driving the car there to the college.
And then?
When you borrowed the car from your girlfriend, did you tell her that Mr. Hathaway was going to be driving the car?
No, I did not tell her that.
Were you going to be back that evening?
No, the next morning.
Who did you tell her was going to be driving the car?
Actually, I didn't tell her anything. She just knew Ben was going to be driving the car.
Is that right?
Yes, I knew he didn't have a license.
So you knew that Ben was going to be the driver?
Yes, I did.
All interesting things that they left out of the complaint, by the way. So you gave permission for Ben to drive your car with Shane as the passenger?
Yes, I did.
So what happened, Shane?
Well, we both went to Bridgewater State College that night. We went to a party. We were drinking and stuff like that. And he asked me, he goes, can I use your car? And I said, no way. And then he took my keys and he took off with my car, and I ran out to get him, but he took off right in front of me in the parking lot. And then I waited in the parking lot thinking he was joking around. But 20 minutes later, he never came back.
Where did he say he wanted to go with the car?
To go pick up my friend Rob.
I mean, you asked that with a question in your voice.
To pick up my friend Rob.
This is not sounding true to me, Shane.
He said he wanted...
Bird, you see Bird is shaking his head?
Yeah.
You see Bird is shaking his head? We together are like a truth machine.
Okay.
You know what happens when somebody is piddling on my leg? The hairs on the back of my neck start to stand up. So I can always tell when someone is making it up as they're going.
Okay.
Because the hair on the back of my neck goes up, and I'm watching the hair on the back of his neck.
All right.
Do you understand, Shane? So we're going to start again.
Okay.
You're at a party.
Yes.
Doing some drinking.
Yes.
And
we come back to the dorm room where we were going to sleep at.
And you fell asleep.
No, I didn't fall asleep.
Did you get into bed?
No.
Did you fall into bed?
No.
You were standing at the window.
No, we were in the room just talking and stuff like that. Okay? And then he took my keys and he started going down the stairs. He said he was going to leave, and I chased him, and he went inside my car. And then I was like, Ben, get out of my car. And he took off right in front of me.
So what was going to pick up a friend, Rob?
He promised my friend Rob, who lives in Providence College, I don't know, an hour away or something like that. He promised he was going to go get him that night because he talked to him.
But he didn't say anything to you about going to pick up Rob
Yes,
when he
he
took
did.
the keys.
He said, I want to go pick up Rob, and I said, no.
Let's have it.
All right. Well, Your Honor, I was
asked
Jack
to drive
Nicholson
the car.
Did that. Do you remember when Jack Nicholson did that? I loved when he did that.
All right. Eye contact. Well, I was asked to drive the car, so we went up there like was said before. The plan was for us to come home that night. So we went out, we went to a party, and when it was time to go home, that wasn't the case anymore. He didn't want to go home, and I started arguing with him saying, you know, I was the one who drove up here, and right now I'm the one who's driving the car, and you promised me I could go home, therefore
I'm going home.
I want to go home. And when that didn't come to an agreement, I said, you know what, I am going home. And I jumped in the car, and he said, come on, man, I don't want to leave. Let's stay here. It's the better thing to do. It's late. I said, no, I want to go home. And so I jumped in the car.
Had you been drinking, Mr. Hathaway?
I had been drinking earlier that night, and by the time it was time to go, I felt that I was sober enough to drive the car home.
Not sober enough, evidently, Mr. Hathaway. Because what happened on the way home, sir?
Well, that's also because, Your Honor, not only was it late at night, but as you can see, it was in January, and snow was covering on the ground, and therefore I made it slippery while driving. And
whose fault is that? God's fault? The weatherman's fault?
I guess so, Your Honor.
Yes. Why don't you tell me how the accident happened, Mr. Hathaway?
Well, I was driving along, and I was coming home down Route 1. Sorry, eye contact. All right, I was coming down Route 1, and I was on the side of the road, and I just hit an ice patch, hit, you know, black ice, whatever it may have been, and slid off into the guardrail, and the car crashed. I got it to drive a little bit farther down the road so I could make it to somewhere where I could stop and park, and then I called my mother, and she came and picked me up at the location that I was at.
Maybe that's why he wanted to stay over, because you both had a little something to drink. The weather was bad. It was snowy. It was slippery. It was icy. So that was better judgment, right, Mr. Hathaway?
Well, that was his judgment, but the judgment...
Evidently better judgment because you wrecked the car.
Yeah, but I don't believe that was the reason for the wrecking of the car.
Well, then tell me what you think the reason was, sir. You just told me it was January and it was slippery and sliding outside.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There was ice on the ground, and that's what caused the crash. It had nothing to do with me being drunk or anything like that.
You love it, huh? What? You love it?
Too much.
Mr. Hathaway, do you know why Officer Petrie Hawkins-Byrd is laughing? And he usually doesn't do that. He usually doesn't have as good a time as he's having right now. He's laughing because you sound like a fool.
Yeah.
Judge Judy Hathaway stole her car and wrecked it. Ben claims Melissa loaned him the car.
Now, what kind of car was this, Miss Norrie?
It was a Saab, 1992.
And it was totaled?
Yes, it was. I have the papers stating it was totaled, and I have how much it's worth, and I also have the pictures.
Pictures?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, let's see what the Blue Book value of the car is. 4-cylinder?
Yes.
4-cylinder is worth $1,750. Your car had 300,000 miles on it.
Yes, or 280 something.
All right. Mr. Hathaway.
Yes, Your Honor.
You exercised poor judgment, sir. You drove the car. You had an accident. You had an accident. You had been drinking. You were told by the person who really had borrowed the car, even though you were driving, that they didn't want you to drive home. So at that point, you shouldn't have driven home. You did drive home. You had an accident. It's your fault. You have to compensate the plaintiff for that. Do you understand?
Somewhat, Your Honor. I just don't get that there was an agreement to drive home, and you're already saying that I was under the influence, and I had said
I didn't say you were under the influence, sir. I said that you had been drinking earlier that evening.
Exactly.
And you said that by the time you were ready to go home, you thought
Correct.
that your judgment was sufficiently intact to make the drive home.
Exactly.
The proof of the pudding, sir, is in the tasting. You totaled her car. Who's responsible? Her?
I guess no. I don't know.
I
Nobody.
guess not. No, not nobody. Not nobody. Somebody is responsible. And since you were the one who was driving, and you were the one who elected to drive in bad weather on an evening when you had been partying, you are responsible. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
He apologized a few times, and he said that he was going to go through his insurance company and he was going to pay us right away.
It was tough to do that, and I apologized, and I wanted to take care of it in the best way I could.
It's not something you should do to your friend, really. You know what I mean? I told him not to take it, and he took it.
It was kind of tough, but I mean, it's hard to, to lose a friend after that long of a time.
I think he got what he deserved.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Weber versus Lamont. Step forward, please.
Contractor Jason Weber is suing his ex-girlfriend, Kathleen Lamont, for an unpaid loan for a truck.
Mr. Weber, you and the defendant lived together for a period of time. I think I read something about 3 years. Is that right?
Yes.
According to your complaint, when you broke up, which was recently, when was that?
It was in March of '03.
The defendant took with her a truck that is both titled and registered in her name. You claim purchased by you. The loan for the truck is in your name, and you want the money back.
Right.
Ms. Lamont says that this was not a loan. Ms. Lamont says this was a gift from you to her. You were living together. She came into the relationship with another car, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
You sold that car, got her another car, then sold that car, and then bought this truck, and there was never any talk about payment by her. You're only seeking payment now because you're no longer together. That's your defense.
Yes,
is that
ma'am.
right? So I'd like you to tell me first who these people are. Who is this person?
This is my sister.
She a witness for you?
Yes.
A witness who will say what?
That Kathy stated to her that I was getting a loan for her for the truck.
And who are these people?
My son and my boyfriend, Scott.
Do they have any information with regard to this case, or are they just here for moral support?
It depends on how it goes, actually. My son has been present during most everything that's happened.
I'm not interested in most everything. I'm only interested in truck. I have a very limited focus.
Okay.
All right, Mr. Weber. When the defendant and you first began to live together, what kind of a car did she have?
She had a '97 Dodge Stratus.
And what happened to that car?
At her request, I sold it.
To whom?
A friend of mine.
And how much did you get for it?
$3,500.
And what did you do with the $3,500?
Well, he's still paying me for it. I agreed to let him give me monthly payments on it.
And then what did she use for transportation, Mr. Weber?
She was driving my car, which was a '94 Ford Probe GT.
And what happened to that car?
At her request, I sold that one also.
Okay, well, that was your car to sell.
Right.
And then what was she driving?
We purchased a '99 Toyota Tacoma 4x4 pickup.
When you say we purchased, what does that mean?
I financed it, and she agreed to pay the payment. As you'll see, I took the $4,000 right off the top of the money that was owed on the truck, on top of the payments that she made on the truck.
Explain that to me.
I agreed to give her or pay off her car for a Christmas present, which was $4,000.
Pay off her car. Which car?
The '97 Dodge Stratus. I paid
You mean
for the Dodge
when you
Stratus.
sold that to your friends, she had money owing on that?
No. Yes, she had money owing on it, but I had paid it off. So it was free and clear when I sold it.
How much did she owe on it?
$4,000.
Is that right?
Yes, and he paid it off for my Christmas present that year.
Is that what you did?
Yes.
Okay. Then you went and sold the car.
Yeah. She didn't want it. She wanted the '94
But then
Ford Probe.
listen to me. If you went and sold the car afterwards, what kind of Christmas present was that?
A bad one. She got another car to replace it.
No, you said you gave her your car to drive.
I did.
You didn't give her another car. The other car, I assume, was in your
She
name.
got her $4,000 back with the '97 or '99 Toyota truck.
No. Mr. Weber, either you make a present or you don't, sir. If you say you made her a Christmas present in 2002, when you buy the truck, you don't make her another present.
Right.
By deducting it. You made her a present. It was a gift. Goodbye. It's over. And what I don't understand is if you're a couple living together, I don't understand you saying, well, I'm going to buy a truck. Because you say, we purchased a truck. What were you driving at the time?
I had a pickup of my own.
Okay. So you bought this 1999 pickup. How many years ago?
It was last year.
Give me the date.
It was October of '02.
And in October of 2002, what were you doing for a living?
Me? I was working at a Chevron as a cashier and going to school full-time.
And what kind of work were you doing?
I'm a contractor.
Now, from October 2002 until when you broke up, which is in what month?
March '03.
Who made the payments for the truck?
She did.
Is that right?
I made 5 payments on the truck, yes, from November to March.
Well, then that sounds to me as if there may have been an agreement for you to make the payments on the truck, Miss Lamont.
I agreed to help him out financially because he said he was having some problems, and I was only going to work until I was losing my job after March because I was starting an internship for school. So
There
we
were a
knew
lot of
I was
other
only...
ways, Miss Lamont, that you could have helped him out financially. Making the truck payment was not...
It wasn't a truck payment. It was a personal loan payment that he had. I have the title to the truck. I never knew there was going to be a loan on the truck in the first place. There wasn't supposed to be one.
Miss Lamont, how much were you paying towards this loan each month?
I paid $200 a month from November to March until I didn't have a job anymore.
Payment?
$200.
Then you knew there was a loan payment. Mr. Weber, how much is owed on the truck?
Oh, $5,100.
Now, problem is she hasn't made any payments. Is that correct?
Correct.
Since when?
Since March was her last payment.
Have you made the payments?
Yes, I have.
In what amount?
$200 a month.
April, May, June. $600?
Correct.
You owe, at this point, $600. As a matter of fact, we're close enough to the time where you're going to owe him $800. But you are not entitled, pursuant to your contract with the defendant, to get an upfront amount of $5,100. You understand that?
No.
You didn't have an agreement for her to pay you $5,100. You had an agreement for her to pay you the loan. And there was not an acceleration clause that said that if she failed to make 1 or 2 payments, then the entire sum would be due and owing. Unless you have that agreement, I'll be more than happy to look at it.
That's all I'm asking for, is for her to pay the payment.
Well, she's going to have to make the payments. Right now, she owes you what you've paid, which is $800.
That works for me.
Perfect. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $800. Thank you very much. Madam, I strongly urge you to get this loan in your own name, or perhaps your current boyfriend can help you out with a loan. Thank you. Because he's going to bring you back to court every few months for money. You got it?
All I want is what she agreed to pay for, which is the loan on the truck.
That's impossible. I don't have any way of doing that. I don't have a job, and I filed bankruptcy for him.
It wasn't for me. How did it benefit me? I paid for it. I paid for the bankruptcy lawyer, which was $600.
He sold my car. I don't owe him anything.
I deducted the $4,000 that I supposedly gave her as a gift right off the top.
That's the way he thinks, I guess.
The final straw is she's driving around in a nice truck, and I'm paying.
Ronan Collins is suing fellow Hockey League member Anthony Boncel for assaulting him after a game. Anthony says Ronan started it.
All rise. Now, this is case number 24 on the calendar in the matter of Collins versus Boncel. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Mr. Collins, it is your claim that the defendant assaulted you after a hockey game.
Yes.
You're both participants in that game, and you claim that you were seriously injured.
Yes.
You wanted to pay not only all of your medical bills, but also pain and suffering and damage for the assault. Mr. Boncel says you started this altercation, and you may have gotten the tough end of this deal, but that was of your own doing because you started it. Is this a professional hockey team?
No, it's an adult hockey league that's just for fun.
Okay, there's no money that changes hands. No. How long have you been playing, sir?
Probably for 8-9 years.
And how old are you now?
I'm 20.
And what's the name of your team?
We are the Vipers.
Mr. Boncel, what's the name of your team?
It's the Heat, Your Honor.
And how long have you been playing, sir?
9 years. I'm 30 years old.
Had you ever played before against each other?
Numerous times.
Ever had any trouble before?
Yes.
Not necessarily.
You had trouble with him before?
Yes.
Oh, tell me about it.
We've had problems on the ice before while playing games. I am a goalie.
Anything unusual?
Not really. I've had problems with other players also, but nothing really off the ice, maybe some words exchange.
I'm talking about on the ice. I mean, on the ice, I see all of the idiots that are on the ice fighting with each other and hitting them with sticks and punching. And I don't watch that sport a lot, but it sounds to me as if it's sort of taken the place of the old gladiators. You know, they were allowed to hit, fight. You know, it's a really a dumb sport. Or it may not be a dumb sport. It's dumb the way it's played.
Parts of it, maybe, but...
I'm glad you agree with that, sir. So let's get back to this particular day. Give me the date of this incident.
November 18th of 2002.
And your team won or lost?
We lost.
According to what I read in the complaint and in the answer, when the game is over, everybody's supposed to get in the line. My grandchildren do that. You know, they get in line and they sort of high-five everybody and say, good game, good game, good game, good game. Is that what's supposed to happen?
Yes.
You remember that, Bird, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
Except Mr. Collins was angry that he lost. So after the game, he didn't stand in line saying, high five, good game, good game, good game. He went sulking off to the locker room. Is that right?
No. I was not angry that I lost.
You were not angry that you lost?
It's a game. I was not angry at all.
So then why didn't you stand with the rest of your teammates?
The reason why I left the ice early before the handshaking line was because Tony was in a physical argument with my brother, Ian, and there was a lot of fighting and scuffling going on the ice.
On the ice?
On the ice still.
Yes.
I had no place being involved in it. If I'm involved in that, I get thrown out for other games.
So you didn't leave the ice because you were angry that you lost. You left the ice without shaking hands because you were angry at him for fighting with your brother.
I was angry at everybody because there's not supposed to be fighting after the game.
Okay, just a second. So you were angry with everybody?
Well, there's not supposed to be fighting on the ice after the game. After the game, that's it. That's the end of the game. Leave it alone.
All I want to know is, what were you angry at, sir? Everybody else was shaking hands on your team?
No, that had not started yet.
But they were out there to do it.
They were out there, and the refs were breaking up the scuffle between Tony and my brother.
At the end of the game, did the two teams get together and shake hands at some point?
Some of the players, yes.
Not you?
Not me, and not some of... Both teams, some of the players left the ice early.
You left the ice. Mr. Boncel, did you stay on the ice to shake hands?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
Okay. And then you left?
Yes.
Go ahead, Mr. Collins.
After the game, I left the ice. I stood in front of my locker room door. I opened it. I said a couple things to my players inside my locker room. I turned around. I watched what happened on the ice. That's why I stayed next to the door so I could see what was going on. Tony, as
This is Mr. Boncel.
Mr. Boncel, as he was walking by me, he said, excuse my language, you little... I said, you, Tony, and he proceeded to swing on me. I had my helmet on. I was in full gear. My helmet did come off, and I went back at him mostly to protect myself.
So you went back at him, all right?
I went back at him because he is an officer. I don't know what he's going to do.
Okay, go ahead.
After that, he grabbed me. I never actually got a punch off.
When you say you went after him, exactly what did you do?
I took maybe 2 steps towards him, and I raised my arm to hit him.
Okay. And he had already hit you?
He had already hit me and knocked my helmet off.
Okay.
But
Where did he hit
still
you?
Hurts. In the face.
Then you got into a scuffle with each other?
He grabbed me, pushed me to the ground, and when he came down on top of me, my skates do not slide on, it's a rubber matting, so they stuck, and my knees buckled underneath me. And that's when he came down on top of me, and the weight of him on top of me just twisted my ankle because I don't have
Okay,
room
so you
to
twisted your ankle.
It's a severe sprain, is what the doctor described it.
In your ankle?
In my ankle. She told me I would have been better off breaking it. It would have healed faster.
You sprained your ankle?
Yes.
Now, what injuries did you suffer in your face?
None. The helmets are designed to take a firm blow to the face.
So what you're telling me is that he didn't come in contact with your face, he came in contact with your helmet.
My helmet, which came in contact with my face.
He came in contact with your helmet?
Yes.
With his hand?
Yes.
So you weren't injured at all in your face?
No.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Boncel assaulted him after a game. Anthony says Ronan refused to shake hands.
Let me hear your version of the events, Mr. Boncel.
After we shook hands, I got off the ice. My witness got off the ice after me.
I just want you to look at me, Mr. Boncel.
Okay.
I'm like a truth machine, Mr. Boncel. I have something back here. The hair on the back of my neck starts to sizzle when somebody is trying to give me a soaping. Do you understand?
Yeah. Oh, I understand.
Okay, good. The truth, Mr. Boncel,
yes, Your
will
Honor.
set you free.
Yes, Your Honor. So I got off the ice, As I approached the locker room, which is right off the ice door, I saw Mr. Collins waiting in the locker room door.
Mr. Collins says that he was waiting at the door because he was looking at the activity on the ice. Isn't that right, Mr. Collins?
Yes.
So that's true. You had to pass him in order to get to your locker.
Correct.
And what, if anything, did you say to him when you passed him?
As I passed him, I said, "Why don't you shake the hands like the rest of your team? Are you a poor sport or something?"
Are you a poor sport? Is that what you said to him? Oh, Mr. Bonsell, I don't believe that. That probably is the connotation of what you said to him. But I'm going to run this by you once more. So let's start with the fact that I don't believe that you used those words when you were trying to impart the information to him that you thought he was a poor sport. So you want to tell me what you said to him?
That's exactly what I said, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Bonsell, we're sticking with the story. And he said what to you?
He basically started cussing at me. He came out of the locker room.
No, tell me, understand cussing. I'm older than you are. I've heard more cussing, believe me, in my life. A lot of it directed at me. What did he say to you, Mr. Bonsell?
He said, "You mother," and he came out of the locker room at me.
How did he come out at you?
I was still walking as I was saying this to him and as he was saying this to me. I turned to him as he was coming out of the locker room, and that's what I hit him in his helmet with my glove that was on my hand.
So he's coming out towards you, and you took a swing at him.
No, Your Honor, it wasn't a swing.
Well, you did if you hit him in his helmet. That's what you just said to me. You hit him in his helmet.
Correct, but I didn't take a swing at him. Basically,
how did that happen? He put his head into your hand?
It's like a straight arm type movement.
Show me. Mr.
I'm sorry,
Bonsell.
my hand's open. I have a glove on, so it wasn't with a fist.
Was your hand injured?
No, it wasn't, Your Honor.
And neither was his face.
No, it wasn't, Your Honor.
Good. So far, we have a little lunging and a little stopping, no injury. What was the next thing that happened, Mr. Bonsell?
He continued to come at me. We went up against a wall. I grabbed onto his arms, and we went down to the ground, and basically I held him there until help arrived.
Go ahead. You have witnesses you want me to
Yes,
see?
I have two witnesses who saw
Okay.
the incidents.
Good.
Jacob and Jamie.
Hello, Your Honor. Okay, what I exactly saw was when they came off the ice, Ronan walked to his doorway to see what was going on, like he said. There was a few of his teammates in the locker room, and when he was standing in the doorway, Bonsell walked by and said, "You, Ronan." And then Ronan turned around at him and said, "You, Bonsell." And then when Bonsell went to throw a hit towards his face, I went to go searching for a ref, and then when I turned back around, Bonsell has him on the ground and Bonsell's on top.
Thank you. So you'd heard the beginning of this, is that right?
Right.
And that's different from what Mr. Collins said happened. Isn't that right, Mr. Collins?
Yes.
So she heard something different from what you reported to me.
She didn't get all of what was said.
Just a minute. She told me what she says she heard.
She got the you right.
Sit down.
Okay.
Next. Name?
Jacob.
Jacob. Where were you, and what did you hear, and what did you see?
I was coming off the ice at the time of the incident. I was probably 8 to 10 feet
You
behind.
were a player on the Vipers?
Yes. I was coming off the ice after the handshake. I was about approximately 8 to 10 feet behind Mr. Bonsell. I didn't hear what Mr. Bonsell said to Ronan. I heard Ronan say, "F you, Bonsell," and then I saw Mr. Bonsell. I don't know if he was trying to punch him or push him, but he struck his hand out at Mr. Collins, and then Mr. Collins pushed back at him, and then there was lots of players by then, and there was a big pileup in the doorway.
You said you didn't know whether he went to punch or push. Is that what you said?
Yes, his hand did strike it.
His hand struck the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yes.
So the helmet is plastic or metal, isn't
Yes.
it?
Yes.
Hard.
Yes.
So you would have to be a real idiot, right, to punch at this metal.
Well, we also...
You'd have to be an idiot to punch at the metal.
Yes.
You wouldn't necessarily have to be an idiot if you just wanted to keep somebody away from you, pushing them away. But if you actually punched at this metal, you could hurt yourself.
Yes.
So, would it be a fair statement, Jacob, that Mr. Bonsell had protection, his glove, and it was not his intention to do any harm to Mr. Collins, but to keep him at a distance? That be a fair statement?
It would be fair, but Mr. Bonsell was the aggressor.
Really?
Ronan Collins had not stepped forward to attack Mr. Bonsell yet until Mr. Bonsell struck Ronan in the face.
He didn't strike him in the face. He pushed him away on his helmet. And if after this incident, Mr. Collins, you were hurt, if you said to me, I was hurt and I had my teeth knocked out because he went and struck me in the face, and I had done nothing to him, you would have a case. What happened was you were angry, and everybody's testosterone is all in high gear, swirling around. And you watched on the ice and you walked off because you said that you saw him messing with your brother on the ice.
Yes.
That makes you really angry.
And there were other teammates jumping in.
Whatever. You were angry at him. And you were angry, period. What happened was, at the end of the day, the two of you started up with each other, and you got the worst of the deal because he pushed you down and you twisted your ankle. Get over it. You're a big boy. Case dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Has a history of doing this off the ice and attacking players who are more vulnerable and smaller than he is.
I think the judge had it right. I think the facts speak for themselves, and she made the right decision.
I am very vulnerable off the ice, and I can't attack anybody with gear on like this.
You know, as far as I'm concerned, it's it's water under the bridge.
After the game is over, it's over. Nothing should happen off the ice. But things still happen every now and then out in the parking lots, out in the locker rooms. Things still happen.
Probably because they lose every time they play us.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Johnson versus Turner Hall. Step forward.
19-year-old student Courtney Johnson is suing former friends, 19-year-old Justin Turner and 20-year-old Stanley Hall, for causing her to be homeless during spring break.
You were going on spring break. They had a hotel room or a motel room. You and your girlfriend decided that you would sort of tag along and ask if you could share the hotel or motel room with them. So far, is that pretty accurate?
Mm-hmm.
They said, okay, but you're really not supposed to be here. You'll give us some money and we'll all stay together as long as we can. So far, right?
Correct.
Yes.
You gave them how much?
175.
Okay, they say 164, you say 175, let's say $175. And the $175 was for how many days?
For 6 nights.
For you alone?
Yes.
Then somebody, either you or your girlfriend, went and asked for some towels. And the manager of the hotel or motel said, I rented this room to 4 guys, and this is a girl asking for some towels. You got to get out. Pretty accurate?
Right. Yeah.
You want your money back. Not only do you want your money back, $175, but you want the food that you bought, because you brought food into the room.
Correct.
That they ate. And you want money for your emotional distress.
Correct.
Get over it. That's what you get for your emotional distress. My words. Get over it. You get the same for the food. The only thing we're going to talk about here is $175. Who's going to talk for this team over here?
I'll talk.
And your name is?
Justin Turner.
Justin. You kept $175.
Correct.
Right? You can't keep $175. The $175 was for 6 nights, right? She only stayed there how many nights, Justin?
1.
So why should you keep her $175?
We knew going into it that usually you have wristbands to stay at the hotel, and there was a risk that we might not all be able to stay there. So there was no just agreement that if she got kicked out, she lost her money. If we would have got kicked out, I don't believe we'd have got our money either from her.
You didn't give her any money, Justin.
No.
You stayed there. How many nights?
3, 4.
So you left early?
Right. We had
Why?
to leave early. One of the people that came with us was a driver. He had problems with his car and some other stuff, and he had to go home.
But it wasn't anybody's fault that you left. Nobody threw you out.
Got it.
What do you do, Justin?
I'm a student, and I play football.
Student where?
University of Louisville.
Can you divide 175 by 6 in your head?
About $40-some.
I couldn't do it either. My calculator said that it's about $29.
$30.
Your Honor, may I say something?
Sure.
The room was $823.62. We came about where
it'd be mainly about $170 a night. So basically, each person was paying $170 a night. So that's where that came from.
Are you following that, Officer Byrd? What he's saying is they decided that each person would spend $175 and pay for one night at the motel. And that would take care of their share for the entire 6 nights. Therefore, she stayed at the hotel one night, $175. Are you getting it now?
I get it.
Are you getting it now?
I get it.
Okay. I feel like I'm doing one of those Jay Leno bits, you know, when he goes jaywalking with people, right? I don't want to deal with it. When you get him outside, try to explain it to him. Listen, from the $175, we deduct $30. $145. That's what you get back. Do you understand? Mm-hmm. Perfect. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I paid to stay with these guys for a week. Whenever I got kicked out, I had no alternative plan.
We're just trying to help him out, try to give him a place to stay, but they want to abuse it by going downstairs and exposing themselves to the management, to which we was penalized, and they got kicked out.
They couldn't have went to Florida without me. One of the people that they were supposed to go with them left or was not able to go with them, so if it wasn't for me and the other girl that went with me, they wouldn't even been going.
She said that if we couldn't go unless they could go, but she didn't tell you about, she could go unless we went.
Make your plans in advance.
Cook Paul Hughes for the cost of a defense attorney to keep him out of jail. Paul says his ex-girlfriend was the person who borrowed the money.
Yeah, and this is case number 122 on the calendar in the matter of Dolan versus Hughes. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Thank you, Bert.
You're welcome.
Miss Dolan, Mr. Hughes is your brother.
Yes.
And I gather from your complaint that you've bailed him out of jail a couple of times.
Yes.
First time you bailed him out of jail was in a dispute involving a girlfriend or something, and you're not asking for reimbursement of that. Second time you bailed him out of jail, you claim it cost you $5,000. You want the money back.
It was actually $5,208.
Well, our limit is $5,000.
Yes.
Mr. Hughes said it was very nice of you to bail him out of jail. He never asked you to do it. A loan was never created. Someone else asked you. Someone by the name of Nancy, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
That's not you, is it?
Yes.
Oh, Nancy. So, Ms. Dolan, tell me about the second time you bailed him out of jail.
Okay.
When was it?
It actually wasn't bailing him out of jail. It was paying for a defense attorney for him.
Oh. Was he in jail at the time?
No. He was supposed to be in jail, but he took off from Minnesota and came to California.
So he was out on a fugitive warrant?
Yes.
Was he staying with you?
He showed up at my door, yes.
So tell me about the $5,200 and some odd dollars.
So he had this other attorney that was supposed to be a really, really good attorney because he kind of got the shaft on the first attorney. And the attorney said, well, you didn't deserve all the punishment that you got. He had 3 days left of a 3-year probation. So, and anger management class and all kinds of stuff. So the sentence that he got was horrible. He got another 18 months anger management. He got 3 more years of probation. He got...
Because he did what?
He had alcohol in his system. It was his birthday, and he went out and he had beer, and they were pulled over, and that was a violation of probation. So the judge gave... the judge just, like, dumped on him and gave him this whole...
Sounds perfect to me.
Big, long...
These are the rules.
Right.
You break the rules, there's a consequence.
So the
they
second
didn't put
attorney...
him on a rack, did they?
Did they what?
Put him on a rack? They didn't put him on a rack.
No.
Go ahead.
So the second attorney said, I know the judge, and I will go and I will talk to the judge for you, but it's going to cost you $5,000. I had already paid for the first one, $3,000. I paid for the home monitoring system. I paid $1,200 in collect phone calls from jail.
Okay, all right, I got, you've been a good sister so far.
So the $5,000, he decides that he's in love with Nancy, who is my best friend of the last 25 years, actually, and he works for her. Her folks own a marina in Lake Minnetonka, and he is the chef there. So,
Nancy called you.
No. Well, we talk every day on the phone. We all talk every day on the phone.
I understand that. Nancy called you and asked you for the money. That's what you said.
Well...
Don't play, Miss Dolan. That's
Nancy
what you say.
Nancy guaranteed the money. She
No.
said she would take it out of...
Listen to me. According to your complaint, you had a conversation with Nancy. You want me to read it to you?
Okay. I had several conversations with Nancy.
I don't care what your
Nancy
conversations were,
encouraged
but
it,
there's
and
several
Nancy
conversations
guaranteed
were.
it.
Only one of us can talk at one time. In October 2002, Nancy called and asked that I pay for yet another attorney. Nancy was so distraught, begged and pleaded. So you had a conversation with Nancy about the money.
And I told Nancy, no. No, 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 no.
Go ahead.
Nancy said, I will garnish his wages and make payments. And they did. They made 2 payments on this credit card.
Just a second. So Nancy said, he works for me. I'll put a garnish on his wages.
Yes.
So she
guaranteed the money. It's almost like
I know
she
what a
co-signed.
garnish. No, I know what a garnishment is. She didn't guarantee the money. She said, as long as he's working here for me, I will garnish
didn't
his
say that.
salary so that you'll get the money. Guaranteeing the money is different. Guaranteeing the money is, if he doesn't pay you back, I will.
And then she said, when I sell my house, I will give him the money to pay you off, and then he can make payments to me. That's, to me, sound like a guarantee.
Well, that's different from what you just told me, except she has to sell her house first.
She did sell her house.
Okay.
And I still don't have any money.
So why are you suing your brother?
Because he's the one that borrowed it from me.
So far, I don't have that. So far, I have she borrowed it from you.
She didn't borrow it from me. She encouraged it.
Miss Dolan, you got it all wrong. Madam.
They're multimillionaires. The family is multimillionaires.
Miss
They could have
Dolan,
wrote a check
I want
for
you to
it.
pay attention to me. I understand that what you did was you advanced this money. What you are suing for in court is an oral contract. Your oral contract was with Nancy. She may not have benefited from the contract because he was the one who was in trouble. She may have benefited from it. Let's say she benefited from it because he was a valued employee for whatever reason. And she wanted to ensure that he was going to stay on the job, so she guaranteed the return of your money, even though it wasn't for her immediate benefit. That
She wanted to
creates,
marry him.
listen to me, that creates a contract. His defense to this is, sure, my sister gave me the money for the attorney, but I never agreed to pay her back.
Yes, he did.
She agreed to pay her back.
He's the one that said he would pay me back.
Well, you
He
never
would make
told me
monthly
that, Miss
payments
Dolan.
on it.
No, you never told me that, Miss Dolan. You told me your contract was with Nancy. Now I'll hear you further. You explain to me your contract with your brother.
My
But
contract-
make sure it's true, because I've already heard the first part of it. So far, I haven't heard anything about your brother.
Judge Judy continues of an attorney. Paul says it was his ex-girlfriend who borrowed the money.
Go ahead.
He needed the money because he was on the run and he wanted to go back to Minnesota to be with her. They've had this love affair for 25 years on and off.
Yes.
So he said, I need $5,000. So he had gone out. He knew the attorney. He was going to try to make payments to him. He was going to do whatever he could do to pay off this money. So he asked me for the money. And I said, I don't have $5,000. I'm still making payments on the first
Fine, so you
money.
said no.
So I said, absolutely not. No. So he called and he called and he called and he called back to her, and they sat and tried to work something out to get this money. Finally, he's not going anywhere when he's staying at my house. He's got a sentence hanging over his head. He's running from the law. So Nancy said, come back here and work at the Caribbean. I will garnish your wages, and we'll make the payments to you. So I said...
Your contract is with her, not with him.
But he's the one that said, will you loan me the money? I finally said, okay.
No. Listen to me. That's not what happened, Miss Dallin. What happened was he asked to borrow the money, and you said no. And he asked you again, and you said no, I'm still paying off the other money. Then your best friend called you, who you know has money, and said, in effect, he's going to come back, he's going to work for me in the restaurant, I'm going to garnish his salary, so you're assured of getting your money.
She guaranteed it.
Then you got to sue her, not him. You have no contract. You have no legally binding contract with your brother. Now, I'm not going into whether or not you have a legally binding contract with Nancy. You may. You may. I don't have to go into that now. She's not a party. You don't have a legally binding contract with your brother because he asked to borrow the money and you said no.
Well, I said no several times. I said no to the first one, and I finally gave in to him.
No, you gave in to her. You rejected his request until she convinced you that she would be good for the money. Then you said okay.
She never said she'd be good for the money. She said she'd take it out of his paycheck and pay it. And he made 2 payments on it. That shows faith.
That shows nothing, madam. You're suing the wrong person. You do not have a legally binding contract with your brother. You rejected his request for the money until she, your friend of 25 years, said to you, I will, in effect, get the money back to you. If it's not through him working at the restaurant, it's when I sell my house and I'm going to give him the money. But your contract was not with him, so you've got the wrong party over there. Try her. That's all. Case dismissed.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She actually had nothing to do with it. Nothing.
I didn't ask her for the money.
Hopefully we can all go out and have lunch or something and talk about it.
I'm not paying the money, so.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Williams, Dalrymple versus Martin. Step forward, please.
Cashier Carla Williams and her children, 16-year-old Nicholas and 14-year-old Rachel, are suing Carla's ex-boyfriend, house painter Gene Martin, for the return of their belongings. Gene is countersuing Carla for unpaid rent and for shooting a gun in their house.
Why don't you two have a seat? Miss Williams, you and Mr. Martin lived together for about 10 years. You have children. I assume these are your 2 children. Is this your child, Mr. Martin?
Yes, it is.
And you have a child together.
Yes, ma'am.
A daughter?
Yes.
How old?
7.
Okay. Does she live with you?
Yes, she does.
According to your complaint, there was some sort of an altercation with Mr. Martin. You fled the house, and when was that?
December 1st.
And you claim that Mr. Martin, sometime after that, threw away your children's property, these
Yes.
2 children.
Yes.
And you want either the return of that property, which of course he can't give you because he threw it away, or the value of that property. Mr. Martin says that you didn't flee the house after an altercation, but that you had had a fight sometime in November, and that you shot a gun off in the house. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
And that Mr. Martin took your daughter, and he fled the house. He left, and you were gone for about a week with the child. Is that right?
Yes.
So far, is that correct?
No, ma'am.
After you shot the gun off in the house, what happened with Mr. And that was sometime in November. What happened with Mr. Martin?
It was the day before Thanksgiving, and I had found out Mr. Martin had been seeing another woman, and I got a little inebriated, and I did fire the gun off in the house. My brother and my mother came to get me, and I took my 2 children to Sacramento, and he took the other 2 children. We had plans to go to his mother's house in L.A. for Thanksgiving. He went to L.A. He arrived back Saturday, December 1st.
Okay. So he did take, you didn't spend Thanksgiving together as planned. He did take his son and your 7-year-old daughter, your joint 7-year-old daughter, away for about a week.
For 2 days, Your Honor.
2 days. When you came back, according to you, Mr. Martin, she then took the child and went to her brother's house.
That's correct.
Is that right?
Yeah, but he told me I couldn't be there.
Right, because you had had this major falling out where you shot a gun off in the house. So you took the child, I assume without his permission.
Yes.
And you fled to your brother's house.
Correct.
And he came to your brother's house looking for his daughter, trying to get his daughter back.
Correct.
And whatever property that was left in the house that belonged to your children, because some you got, is the property we're talking about. But that sort of sets it up. Now, that's more the truth than what I got from your complaint, which was, in your complaint, you say that you fled the house with your children and with only the clothes on our backs while he was in the bathroom. The truth of the matter is you was taking your daughter without his permission.
Well, I didn't feel I needed his permission.
Why not?
Well, because he didn't have my permission to take our daughter over Thanksgiving.
You got drunk and shot a gun off in the house, madam. And you weren't taking your daughter for a planned vacation, which is what he did.
It was for Thanksgiving.
You were all supposed to go as a family, except you had a fight. And what you were doing was setting yourself up as the winner in a custody battle by taking physical custody of the child without his permission. I've been a family court judge a long time. I know exactly what you were doing.
When I was there, I was hoping we could reconcile when I came back.
Well, evidently he didn't want to reconcile, and you decided to get the advantage by taking your daughter out of the house, fleeing your house, and going to your brother's house. I'm just saying to you that what you said here in your complaint is not truthful. You didn't flee the house with the clothes on your back. You were stealing your daughter. Now,
Would you like to step
that
up?
was the 1st of December, and if these children want to leave, I think that that's a great idea. They can all go outside, even though this is their property. If they want to go outside, it's certainly fine with me.
You want to stay?
Yeah.
You
Fine.
okay?
Yeah.
How about
Good.
you? Okay.
Good. That was on December 1st. When did you come back to get your property?
Well, I got a restraining order on December 3rd.
Why did you get a restraining order? Who gave you a restraining order?
The judge.
For what?
Because he came down, pushed my kids around, tried to break through my brother's door.
Because you... And a judge gave you a restraining order?
There were other mitigating circumstances that he felt it could be necessary. He also gave me a 3-year restraining order.
I certainly hope not based on that incident.
No, that and several others.
What about a restraining order with regard to him for shooting a gun off in the house? Did he get one against you?
No, ma'am.
Did he apply for one?
Not that I know I'm aware of.
Right. How long did you leave your children's property in the house?
I contacted him on January 8th.
Did you go and get any of your property on January 8th?
No, I did not.
Did you at any time after January 8th go and retrieve property?
I did in April.
On what date? In April?
In April.
So he kept your property from December 1st to April?
No, he told me that the property had been thrown out on January 8th. That there was nothing to get.
So what did you get in April?
Just some stuff that he left behind. Our mutual daughter stuff. And there was a couple items of furniture. He kept a lot of the furniture. I paid for it.
You more than exacted your pound of flesh, madam. I don't know the history. I don't know either one of you two people. All I know is that from the bare bones facts that I've heard, there is absolutely no basis for you to have been granted a 3-year protective order against him. And you were trying to get a leg up in what was going to be a disputed custody case on the 1st of December by taking physical custody of your child at all costs. And what he was trying to do was probably not smart, but because you had taken the child and fled, which is what you did, you waited until he went into the bathroom, and then you took the child. But you do acknowledge that, that he was in the bathroom when you fled. So he was in the bathroom when you fled with the child. Okay? And what he was trying to do, not smart, is he got furious and he went to try to get the child back. He did not file for a protective order against you for shooting off a gun in the house, getting drunk and shooting off a gun. That requires a protective order.
He's a very abusive man, Your Honor.
He may be. What you did was wrong.
I understand that, but
what you did was wrong. What items do you say he threw out that belong to your children?
Everything. My son got his PlayStation 2 back and his boombox. My daughter got a couple days worth of clothes.
When did your son get his PlayStation 2 back?
He took it with him. He left after I did.
What do you mean he left after you did?
Jamie and I left, and then my mother and the 2 kids followed behind.
So your mother was part of this scenario that was set up?
It was not set up. I was there to reconcile.
You were there to reconcile?
Yes.
And what happened? You came back and he said...
He said, "What are you doing here?" And then he informed me that I wasn't going to take Jamie anywhere, and that was that, and so...
So what did you do?
After trying to talk to him and seeing that I wasn't going to get anywhere, I took her and left.
Tell me how you did that.
I picked her up, put her in the car, and we drove to Sacramento.
Where was he?
He was upstairs.
So he was upstairs, and what you did was you took your child, rather than going through a civilized court process, you took the law into your own hands. You took the child and fled. It's normal for him to come and try to get the child because you waited until he went upstairs to the bathroom, according to you, and you stole out of the house and went hundreds of miles away. So you abused the court system because then you went into court and said he tried to break down my brother's door to get my child away from me, and you got some judge to believe that without asking enough questions. You got a restraining order. So in my judgment, you abused the system. You didn't come into this courtroom with clean hands, and your case is dismissed. Thank you very much. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Never cheat on her. That's something she came up with.
We were splitting up, and I took my daughter.
After she fired the gun in the house, that's why I left.
I had one bad night after 10 years. It doesn't mean I should lose custody of my daughter.
I just didn't feel like calling the cops on it. I didn't want her to lose her children.
That's funny because he told me I couldn't take her either. Completely done with Mr. Martin. We're not going to waste any more time.
Director Cheryl Green is suing makeup artist Wendy Crawford for the cost of vet bills. Cheryl says after rescuing Wendy's Dalmatian, she paid for it to be fixed. Wendy is countersuing for damages due to Cheryl's actions.
Now, this is case number 95 on the calendar in the matter of Green versus Crawford. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks have seats.
What I gather from your complaint, Miss Green, you went to look at a house for some reason, and in the house you found this dog. And you thought the dog had been either abandoned or a stray. You took the dog at some point to a veterinarian. I assume that the veterinarian is this lady here wearing the white coat. Perception. I'm perceptive. And you spayed the dog, gave the dog shots, and then a day or so later you get a call from the defendant who says, you got my dog. And you said, no, I don't have your dog. Your dog's at the vet, and if you want the dog, you can go get the dog. The dog, there's a vet bill, you pay it. So you want the vet bill paid by the defendant because you must have guaranteed payment on the vet bill when you brought the dog in. So I assume that that's the reason why you are suing the defendant instead of the veterinarian suing the defendant. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. The defendant says you stole her dog. You had no right to get the dog spayed and neutered. She is counterclaiming. She said she had wanted to breed this dog, which I assume is a purebred Dalmatian.
Yes.
And she's suing for thousands. $4,927. So I have a couple of questions for you. On what date did you find this dog?
Around June 10th, Your Honor. We were house hunting, and we had been looking at one house. We were about to leave, and we were talking to one of the neighbors who said that the tenants who did not own the house had left the house, and they had left the dog.
You mean this was the house you were looking at?
Correct. We were looking at one house. The dog was at someone else's house.
At someone else's house? What does that mean, at someone else's house?
The dog was in front of another neighbor's house.
Without a leash, without a collar, just outside on the street?
Correct, on the front lawn.
What did you do?
We talked to that neighbor as well, who said that originally those people had given the dog to the Crawfords. The Crawfords had moved. They could not take the dog with them. They had returned the dog to the neighbors. The neighbors didn't want the dog. At that point, I noticed the dog had blood on her belly.
Stop. You were renting a house.
Yes.
And you started to lease that house when?
We had lived there for 2.5 years at that point.
Where did you move to?
What happened was the house was contaminated with a poisonous mold.
I asked you a question. Where did you move to?
We moved into another house in Reseda. There was still furniture inside the house.
I'm going to ask questions.
Okay.
You moved to a new house in Reseda. Is that right?
At that moment, no.
Where did you move to?
We went to stay at a friend's in a little apartment with no yard or anything. We had to move within 24 hours. We had a child that was, both of our children were very ill.
Could you just wait till I finish? On what date did you leave?
About May 1st.
Did you take your dog with you?
No, she was being...
I just answer my questions. You did not?
No, she was staying in the yard.
So is what you're telling me from May 1st, 2002 until June 10th, 2002, you left the dog outside at the old address?
Where we went to daily, as well as having the neighbors help us watch the dog. I was there constantly, packing, cleaning, sanitizing everything that was contaminated by the mold that could be saved.
Didn't you ever hear of the word kennel?
Yes. Don't you think that would be more cruel to put her in a box and let her be in her yard?
No. I think that it wouldn't be more cruel to abandon a dog for 6 weeks, alone, outside in a yard. No, I think it's more appropriate to put the dog in a kennel where there is veterinary care, where other animals couldn't get a hold of it, where perhaps other children couldn't torture it and maybe throw stones at it, where it would be watched if you couldn't take care of it, if you loved it.
We did have help from the neighbors to watch the animals for us as well as when we were there. You know, watching us at night to make sure when we weren't there.
I'm so far very unsympathetic with you, madam. I'm getting more unsympathetic by the moment. Where did you buy this dog?
The dog was given to us by the neighbor.
So it was a gift?
Yeah.
So you spent nothing?
To purchase her, no.
In any event, you found the dog sitting out on the front lawn?
Yes, Your Honor.
With no collar?
Correct.
What did you do with the dog? You noticed blood on her belly, so what did you do?
Yes, I took her to my veterinarian.
Okay, and you had the veterinarian check her over. You found that she was in heat.
Yes.
And you made arrangements to have the dog spayed, neutered, and shots.
Yes, Your Honor.
After we had spoken and she knew that I wanted the dog.
I'm speaking.
Judge Judy continues. Dog owner Wendy Crawford owes for the cost to fix her dog.
You did have a choice, Miss Green. You understand that?
Your Honor, I'm sorry, I did not have a choice.
You did.
I am part of a rescue organization that is mandated to take strays, especially if we feel that they are in imminent danger of a health or life risk.
There are alternatives. They may not be happy alternatives, but there are alternatives. If someone has a stray dog, they don't necessarily take the dog to a private veterinarian to have the veterinarian take care of it. There are, I don't know if they have an ASPCA or a Humane Society or something else.
We are a Humane Society, Your Honor. Sorry.
Did you understand what I just said?
Yes.
Where they might take the dog and keep the dog for a certain period of time, perform whatever services need to be performed for the dog. On what date did Miss Crawford contact you?
On the evening of the 11th.
So a day later?
Yes.
And when had the surgery been performed on the dog?
On the 11th.
That's absolutely not true, ma'am.
Well, let's find out. Step up. Tell me your name.
Dr. Heather Kriansky.
Okay. Do you know on what date the surgery was done?
I believe it was on the 11th.
Do you have the dog's chart?
Yes, Your Honor.
I wasn't contesting when the surgery had been done, just that we had spoken before she had done the surgery. That she knew I wanted her back, that she knew that we were happy.
When did you speak to her?
I spoke to her on Tuesday night.
What date?
The 10th.
Oh, did you speak to her on Tuesday night, Miss Green?
I spoke to her on Tuesday night, the 11th, Your Honor.
Well, the day before the surgery.
Was it before or after the surgery?
It was after the surgery, Your Honor.
That's absolutely not true. And I have a witness to that fact.
Who was that?
That's my husband. He was
I don't
there
believe,
when we
wouldn't
spoke.
believe him either. Anybody who leaves a dog for 6 weeks, I don't believe. Miss Green, bottom line is, there was no emergency in having the dog spayed at the moment that you had the dog spayed. Is that correct, doctor?
Yes.
So, that action was precipitous. I am not reimbursing. This is not your bill. Whether she has to pay the bill or her rescue society pays that bill, that's totally between the two of you. Now, let's get to your counterclaim for $5,000. You got 30 seconds.
Well, I have to tell you, I think it's very dangerous, the vet. I have papers from the vet that says that
The dog is perfectly healthy. Next. Don't start crying to me, madam. If you care about an animal, you do not leave an animal outside for 6 weeks when you move.
The neighbors were caring for her as well.
Let me explain something to you. I don't see a neighbor here.
I have signed affidavits.
I don't read signed affidavits. All I know is this lady did not go and steal your dog and didn't have a conversation with a neighbor and said, listen, I said I couldn't deal with the dog. I gave them the dog. They left. They left the dog here and told us to watch it. And I can't deal with it anymore.
And please look at this note that she left me that didn't even say that she took my dog.
Stop.
That I had to hunt
Let me tell you something.
her.
I am a dog owner. I would not leave my dog for 6 weeks out in a backyard or a front yard or in a house when I moved. And I don't see how you can justify in your own mind doing that.
Even if you spent every day with her?
Oh, yes. You mean you left your sick children to go over there and spend all day with the dog? Is that what you're telling me?
And when they had an eventful recovery in a couple of weeks, they were there as well, playing with her in the backyard.
Did you hear what I just said?
Yes.
You're not getting any money, madam.
What about...
Somebody get... What about? I have no sympathy for you.
And I'm getting that. But what
you
about
are
the
getting it, you're not
bills?
getting it. You don't leave. Would you leave one of your children outside in the backyard and go and give it food and water for 6 weeks?
No.
That's the way most people feel about their animals.
And I
if
do
they
as
love
well.
them. Do you understand?
Yes.
If they love them.
And I totally understand why you're upset.
Oh, good. I'm glad you do. Because if you wouldn't leave one of your children in the backyard, giving it food and water and come over and playing with them occasionally, then you don't do the same for a dog. This dog can't fend for itself if a child comes over and decides to take a stone and throw it in the yard at the dog. Can't. Can't fend for itself if somebody comes in to steal it and to make it into a fighting dog. Can't fend for itself.
All right.
You did the wrong thing.
What else would I have done in this case?
You take the dog and find the best possible kennel you can and say, I can't take care of my dog for 4 weeks or 5 weeks because I'm moving in with a friend who has a small apartment and I don't have a friend or a relative or anyone else who's willing to take the dog. I'm going to have to spend some money to take care of it. You chose not to do that. For that, you don't get rewarded. Your counterclaim's dismissed. I've already explained to you about your case. That's all.
Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She was very dirty, scruffy, unkempt looking. She looked like she had been on the street for days, perhaps.
I think this is just a case of someone that's nosy coming into your life and trying to impose their will. She was not filthy. She was not cared for.
We asked the neighbors. Both neighbors on both sides of the house told us that the people had left the dog.
She did what she wanted after speaking to me, imposed her will, and then gave her back and said, hey, I want you to pay the bill.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Ibarra versus Swanner. Step forward, please.
25-year-old machinist Rudy Ibarra is suing 19-year-old secretary Amber Swanner for running him over while he was riding his skateboard.
Mr. Ibarra, who is this person?
This is my witness, Sylvia.
Okay. According to your complaint, you were riding a skateboard.
Yes.
And you were going past a driveway.
Yes, the drive-through Taco Bell.
And according to you, the defendant was driving her car, hit you with her car, causing you to fall off your skateboard, and you were injured.
Yes.
You want to be compensated for that,
Yes.
including your medical bills, your lost wages, pain and suffering.
Yes.
Ms. Swanner says that she did not hit you, that you fell off your skateboard in all probability. She is counterclaiming because she said that because of your false complaint, she was arrested for hit and run and spent a few days in jail, and she wants all of her expenses and also to be compensated for what she claims was a false claim by you.
Yes.
So why don't you tell me when this incident took place and what happened based upon what you observed?
It was Valentine's Day. I was skating
That
down
would be February 14th.
February 14th, yes. I was skating down the sidewalk, and I was passing through the drive-through, and I looked back, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw a gray car, I don't know, brown or something, that hit the back of my leg, and it knocked me off my skateboard. And when it spun me around, and when I looked around, I was looking right at her, and I said, "You just hit me, lady," and she kind of smirked.
Just a minute, she spun you around.
She hit the back of my leg. It spun me around because I was on my skateboard.
Right.
So it spun me around, and I landed on my butt.
Oh, and you fell. You
Yes.
left out the fall part.
Yes.
Now, when you fell, you looked up and you saw her. What was she doing when you...
She looked and kind of smirked and peeled out of the driveway.
Now, the next thing you're going to tell me is about your injuries. Tell me about your injuries.
She hit my leg, and it gave me a bruise on my leg. I couldn't work for a month.
You have a medical report?
Yes.
I'd like to see it, please. What kind of work do you do, sir?
I was a machinist at the time.
Were you taken to the emergency room?
No. I refused service from the ambulance because I didn't have insurance at the time, so I went the following morning or the following day.
And you went home?
Yes.
How did you get home?
I drove myself. I have an automatic truck.
Okay, now I'll hear your version of the events.
On February 14, 2002, I was across the street at the Albertsons, and I noticed the plaintiff skateboarding back and forth from one end of the driveway in Taco Bell to the next end. And I pulled out of Albertsons and I pulled into the Taco Bell parking lot. After I got my food, I went to the end of the driveway, looked both ways, left and right, because the traffic is only coming on toward the right. And so the plaintiff was coming toward the right, or excuse me, he was coming toward the left. Sorry. And he fell right on the right side of the car. I rolled down my window and I asked him, was he okay? He proceeded to flip me off. So I figured, this guy fell. I was trying to help him. I was going to call an ambulance.
He fell?
Yes, ma'am, he fell. So I went back to my house, and 20 minutes later, the sheriff's department knocked on the door. They then arrested me. I waited all day to see the judge. The judge wouldn't see me because the DA threw out the case. They said that there was not enough evidence in order to support his claim.
Were you a witness to these events?
Yes, I was.
Would you step up, please? Tell me your name.
Sylvia Apodaca.
Ms. Apodaca, do you know the plaintiff from before this incident?
No.
And you don't know the defendant?
No.
But you did observe what happened on February 14th.
Yes, I did.
Well, tell me what you observed.
I was going down the road, my mom was driving, and I'd seen him skateboarding, and I caught him. She was coming down out of the Taco Bell driveway, and him coming down on the skateboard, and she like bumped him, and he fell and rolled.
So you actually saw her bump him?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Any question in your mind?
No.
Did you or did you not tell that to the police?
I didn't talk to the police.
After you did as he requested, you went and got her number, her license plate number?
Actually, when she pulled out and left, and we were coming up, I was like, whoa. When I saw it happen, I was like, whoa. And I was like, she's leaving, and she was like giggling. I was like,
she was?
Uh-huh. And she had her hand over her mouth, and she was like that. And then we turned around and got her license plate number, and I went in where he was laying down. I asked him if he was okay, and I gave him the license plate number and my telephone number if he needed anything, because I had to go.
That's a different version of the events, madam. So I don't know why the district attorney took the action that they did. Probably they have more important things to do in the jurisdiction where you live. But you are certainly responsible for this incident, and certainly he's not responsible for your false arrest, because you weren't falsely arrested. You left the scene of an accident. My question to you, Mr. Ybarra, is your medical bills are $814.89. Is that right?
Yes.
You have any proof that you were employed at the time and that a doctor told you you had to stay home?
No, I don't. I was waiting for a fax from my boss. He was faxing here.
That's what we deal with here, sir.
Yes.
Proof.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't think you were seriously hurt, Mr. Ybarra.
Well, when you're hit, have you ever been on a
Mr.
skateboard?
Ybarra, listen to me very carefully,
Yes,
sir.
ma'am.
If one is seriously injured, they accept emergency treatment at the scene. They don't get into their truck and drive home and wait until the next day to go to an emergency
but when you're
room.
poor,
Do you
it's
understand?
a different story. Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
understand, Mr.
I understand.
Ybarra? Very good.
Yes.
Okay. Good. However, Mr. Ybarra, you're suing for $2,500.
Yes.
$814 of that is your medical bill.
Yes.
And I don't find your request excessive.
Yes.
At all. So I'm giving you the judgment you request. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
So they got the money, but I mean, obviously his claim wasn't even real because the DA threw it out. So I would be in jail right now instead of standing here in front of you.
I probably didn't file soon enough. I thought it was going to be handled other ways.
No, I did not hit him. He fell on his skateboard. I asked him, was he okay, and he flipped me off.
I'm glad that it got settled and my bills get to be paid and justice was served.
Stevens for the cost of plane tickets and for a refrigerator she sold to her.
Quiet in the courtroom, please. All rise.
Now, this is case number 154 on the calendar in the matter of Garza versus Stevens. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats.
Ms. Garza, the defendant is your mother.
Yes.
And according to your complaint, you sold your mother an old refrigerator for $150. Mother agreed to make payments on that of $25 a month.
That's correct.
And she did not.
Correct.
Then it is your claim that you purchased airline tickets for your mother to go to some family function. What
My
kind
sister
of
was
function?
getting married.
And where did you have to fly from and to?
From Spokane to Austin, Texas.
And it is your claim that your mother asked you to purchase the tickets for her with an agreement that she would repay you?
Correct.
She did give you one payment?
Yes, she did.
But then stopped payment on that check?
Correct.
$70. Your mother says that the refrigerator was an old one. You were going to throw it out anyway, so you agreed to give it to her.
That's not her fault.
And the tickets were gifts, even though she gave you a lot of money, including $500 in cash. Is
No.
that right?
Yes,
That's what
I
you're
did.
saying?
Yes.
Okay. So let's get to the refrigerator first.
Okay.
Were you getting a new refrigerator?
Yes, I had new appliances purchased for me in January, the first
By
week
whom?
of January. My mother-in-law bought me new appliances for Christmas. I was going to sell my old refrigerator in the newspaper for $200. My mom asked me, since the apartment she lived in had a lousy refrigerator, she asked if she could buy our old one from us for $150. She'd make payments. I said, okay. And we delivered.
That didn't happen?
No, it didn't.
Well, why don't you tell me your version of what happened?
Yes, Your Honor. She had offered me the refrigerator because she knew my fridge was bad. And she said she'd sell it to me for $50. And then when her and her husband brought it out to the home, my son helped him bring it into the house. And my son and her husband went into Justin's room, and they were talking. He says, well, Sheila wants $50, but we just want to get rid of it. We're going to get rid of it anyhow. That was the end of it. And then I went up to her Mary Kay party, and something was brought up about the fridge. And I says, oh, wait a minute. I think you better have a talk with Rick. Him and Justin were talking, and Rick said he was just getting rid of it anyhow. That's
Okay.
That was the
All right,
bottom
so
line.
then let me dispel that for you, Ms. Stevens. You had an agreement with your daughter to buy the refrigerator.
For $50.
That was your agreement. The fact that her husband may have told your son we were going to get rid of it anyway, that does not vacate your agreement. You still had an agreement. And your daughter says it wasn't for $50, it was for $150. Now, Ms. Garza, is it possible that you made a mistake, that it was $50?
No, Your Honor. It was a Kenmore side-by-side. It was a nice fridge. I was just originally going to get a new dishwasher. There was a good deal going on in January for a fridge as well, matching fridge. I would reimburse my mother-in-law for the new fridge, and I was going to put our old refrigerator in the paper for $200. She wanted to buy it.
Okay. I believe you. Now let's get to the tickets.
Okay.
Tell me about how that came about. Your sister is getting married in Texas.
Yes.
Your mom wants to go.
Yes. My brother was supposed to walk my sister down the aisle. She had nobody to walk her down the aisle. My mom claimed she was not going to allow my brother to go if she could not go as well.
Well, exactly what did she say to you?
She said that. I'm not allowing Justin to go if I can't go too. I don't have the funds to go on the 7th.
7th of what?
Of April. I called Southwest and reserved 2 round-trip tickets for them. Went down the very next day on the 8th and purchased the tickets. I kept the tickets until the day before we left. Said, Mom, these are the tickets. Where's the payment? She said she'd pay me $70 a month.
Just a minute. I didn't hear you make an agreement with her.
Well, it was over the phone. She had said, I will pay you $70.
Sure, all I heard was, let's go back, Ms. Garza.
Sorry.
All I heard was she said, I'm not letting him go unless I go too.
Correct.
And then you hopped to, I went and bought the tickets.
Sorry. She had said that, you know, she was going to try to come up with some money. During that time, we had talked. She said, I can't come up with any money. I've tried all my resources. Can I make payments to you? I was very leery at first, said no, because you still haven't paid me for the refrigerator. Talked with my husband, and he said, well, if she's not going to let your brother go. My sister was very upset because she'd already bought the tux for him. She needed him there. I asked my husband, honey, can we do this? I called her. She said, yes, I'll pay you $70 a month. I will write you a check in advance for a payment. And when I got back from Texas, she had put a stop payment on that check.
Can I see the stop payment on
Yes, you can.
Why did you put a stop payment on the check, Ms. Stevens?
Well, the morning that we was leaving from Austin, she had asked me for $20 because she knew that's all I had to my name because I'd lost our round-trip tickets to come home on.
Which I had to repurchase new tickets for them to come back on.
So then she's, oh, I need that money. I said, well, Sheila, you know I broke that 20, you know, to go to the zoo yesterday. And before we left San Antonio, I had wrote my daughter, I have the check here, for $145 because she said, Mom, don't worry about it, we'll get you home. And I says, okay. So I wrote this post-dated check for her to cash.
Which daughter?
Melinda, the one that got married. The one that got married in San Antonio.
Your Honor, that's a wedding gift.
This was not a wedding gift. I did write wedding on it, but it pertained to the wedding and getting home and everything. You know, I just wrote it down there. But this was for our ticket, part of my ticket to get home on. But then, whenever I told her I did not have the money, she called me I'm sorry. She called me a...
That's not true.
And I was just totally... And it's not the first time she's called me numerous names. She keeps me away from my grandchildren at times and everything.
Ms. Stevens, what does that have to do with stopping payment on the $70 check?
Because of her calling me a...
Well, that may wash in a family,
yes,
but it doesn't
you're
wash
right.
in court.
She numerously just degrades me.
Ms. Stevens.
Calls me anorexia, everything, and I'm not.
Ms. Stevens, so what you're saying is you agreed to pay her back for the plane ticket, but you decided not to pay her back because she was disrespectful.
Your Honor, I paid her $500. I borrowed it from my ex-boyfriend that we were together 8 years. I borrowed it from him. She came out that morning. I gave her that.
Wait, just a second. You're doing a fast dance, Ms. Stevens.
Judge Judy continues in her mother, Lois Stevens owes for plane tickets and a refrigerator.
You borrowed what and when and from whom? Let's start with what.
Okay.
You borrowed what?
I borrowed $500 from Roger.
When?
On this 1st.
On the 1st of what?
1st of April. Sheila came out to my home.
Yes.
And I had to keep some of the money and everything to buy him clothes, some clothes and everything to go. And then I wrote her a $70 check, you know, to cover the remaining.
You're dancing, Miss Stevens. Are you sick?
I canceled the check because her calling me one too many times.
Are you saying that you gave her $500 in cash?
Yes.
That is not true.
Just a second. Well, that's what you write in your answer, that you gave her $500 in cash.
If you could
on the 1st. Now you say that Roger gave you $500, but you used most of it to buy clothes and other stuff.
No, I used my money for that. I'm sorry, I misstated it.
You misstated it because
yes,
it's not true. You
No,
never
it
gave
is.
your daughter $500 in cash.
Yes.
Because if you... Hey, listen to me. You never gave her $500 in cash, madam. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you gave her $500 in cash on April 1st, on May 1st, you wouldn't have given her a check for $70. Because that would have paid the entire airline ticket if you gave her $500 in cash, your ticket. So that it would have been no reason for you to give her $70.
No, I did owe her $70, Your Honor. And
from what?
For the tickets and all. And if you could do
Just
it
a minute. What do you mean tickets and all? What is that? How much were the tickets? How much was
$474.
Your ticket didn't even come to $500.
Then I missed.
So why would you give her $500? You wanted to make her a present?
Your Honor, I'm mistaken then because I've just been...
You're mistaken. All right, I'll agree that you were mistaken.
Yes, I am.
All right, you're mistaken.
I was just a basket case going to the wedding anyhow because when the kids all get together, they just gang up on me.
It was a nightmare, Your Honor. She completely... it was a complete nightmare having her there. She completely ruined every function that we went to.
No.
I mean, if you need any more evidence, Your Honor, I do have the...
Can I see it, please?
And I have the statement also from Southwest, which they only give this to the purchaser, and they researched and sent that to me, stating that I was the reserver and I was the purchaser on both round-trip tickets there and the return tickets back for both of them.
Because you said you could get them cheaper.
That is not true.
What if she can get it cheaper or not? What difference does it make? Why did you lose them?
Accidents happen. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's lost tickets in life.
You're the only one that I know so far today who's lost tickets that somebody else paid for, and then they had to pay for the return tickets.
She did not
and
pay.
Then you don't want to pay her for them.
She did not pay for the tickets.
Did you ever say to your daughter that your son's not going unless I can
No,
go?
I definitely did not. I absolutely did not. He can testify to that. And he can testify also to the money situation
I'm not
and
going
the
to ask him to do
refrigerator
that.
situation.
I'm not going to ask him to do that. You still live with your mother?
Yes.
How old are you?
18.
You going to stay there for a while?
He's still in school.
Shh. Are you staying there for a while?
Yes.
It's just you and your mother?
Yes.
What's your first name?
Justin.
Justin, your primary responsibility is to make yourself the best human being that you can be. Do you understand me?
Yes.
That's your first responsibility, is to yourself. Do you understand?
Yes.
If you don't do that, you don't have one wasted life, you're going to have two. Do we understand each other?
Yes.
You understand? I don't have to say any more to you, right? Do
Yes,
you
Your
understand? Not one, and you have two wasted lives. Your primary responsibility is to yourself. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $875. I find that there was an agreement to buy the refrigerator, which was not paid, in addition to the bounced check fee for $70 and the airplane tickets and their replacement. That's all. Step out.
Thank you, Your Honor. Well, you're going to run for
Parties are
land.
excused. You may step out.
It is absolutely a lie. And I hope she rots.
I'm told the truth, so...
The Lord is going to see to that.
It's just drama. That's just how she is.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Phillips versus Graham. Step forward, please.
26-year-old bus driver Latasha Phillips is suing neighbor, medical transport driver Keith Graham, for the cost to fix her car. Keith is countersuing also for car repair costs.
Miss Phillips, you and the defendant are neighbors, is that right?
Yes.
And it is your claim that your car was hit by the defendant's car, which was being driven by a friend of his. This friend?
Yes.
Correct.
And you want the defendant to pay for it because he said he would. Is that right?
Yes.
No.
Mr. Graham says when he heard about the accident, He thought perhaps his friend was at fault, and he agreed to give you some money, which you took.
Correct.
And you signed a release.
I didn't sign anything.
So let's see if we can make this as brief as possible. If you signed a release, Miss Phillips...
I didn't sign anything.
If you signed a release, this case is over from your perspective.
Okay.
Mr. Graham has a counterclaim because he said, well, he subsequently found out that it wasn't his friend's fault, but he thinks it was your fault, and he wants you to pay for the damage to his car.
Yes.
Let me see the release that you say she signed.
Okay.
Who wrote out this release?
I wrote it out, Your Honor.
And who signed Letitia Phillips?
I did. I didn't sign it, I printed it. I didn't close it by signing the bottom of it. I printed my name where it said I received $200, but I never signed anything at the bottom. So between the time that he gave me the $200 and now, he could have altered it and wrote anything.
Miss Phillips?
Yes.
You explained to me about receiving this $200. Explain it to me.
When his friend hit my car, he went upstairs and got him. He came down and said, well, how do you want to handle the situation? We both agreed not to call.
No. He said to you, how do you want to handle this situation?
I said, I just want my car fixed. Those were my exact words.
I just want my car fixed. And what did he say to you?
Well, he didn't want to call his insurance company because he didn't want to go through his insurance company. So he said, well, with $200, start your payments for the car to get your car fixed.
That's not true.
No, he wouldn't say that. Miss Phillips, don't play with me.
I'm not playing with you.
Yeah, no, he wouldn't say with this start getting your car fixed.
But if you read the note, it says a down payment.
Oh.
No, it says payment. Not down payment. It says payment. Let me see pictures of your car, the damage to your car. Did you have it fixed?
No.
What'd you do with the $200?
I still have it.
Good.
I offered to give him the money back when I got an estimate of my car. He didn't want to do nothing.
Why did you take the $200 from him?
To take my car to the shop.
Right. And then you found that it was going to be more.
Yeah.
So you should have thought first before you signed this paper. Right?
Right.
So that was foolish of you. You thought you could have it fixed for $200. It's not a terrible, I mean, the car is clearly drivable. It just has a dent in it. $3,130 is what you're suing him for.
Because when I get my car fixed, it's going to be in the shop for like 13 days.
Why didn't you report it to your insurance?
Because why should I have to pay my deductible when it wasn't my fault?
What's your deductible?
$500.
It's better than $3,000, right?
Right.
Good. You signed a piece of paper, Miss Phillips. That's it. Now, you want to explain to me why, sir, you paid her the $200?
Okay, Your Honor, at the time my mother was sick in another state, and I trying to get out of town. When I saw the accident, I wanted it to just be over with. I came to her and asked her, how do you want to handle this? How much you think it'll take care to get your car right? She told me about $200 or $300. So after I said I had $200, will you accept that? But when you sign this, for all I'm concerned, it's over with. And she agreed to it.
I just told her it's over with. So what are you here for?
The countershoot, 2 days later, my neighbor happened to see the accident. And she said, I saw the girl looking in behind her, wasn't paying attention to what she was doing when she ran into my car.
Let me see the damage to your car.
Okay, here are the pictures. There you go.
I hit his car because he pulled out without looking.
She was looking in the back seat, Your Honor.
Tell me your name.
My name is Rita Kreiner.
Ms. Kreiner, tell me what you observed, I think it was on February 19th of this year.
That morning, I was waiting for transportation to take me to the doctor. As I'm looking, she came just like this, and I saw Woody was parked right in front of my step.
Go ahead, continue.
Anyway, as he started the car up, and I got out of the window, and I started looking at the news, I got back in the window again to look for the driver again, and that's when I seen her coming, and bam! And I called him later on.
Thank you. Mr. Graham, when Woody came upstairs, he spoke to you, is that right?
Right.
Woody told you it was his fault.
No, he did not.
Well, if Woody didn't tell you it was his fault, then why would you give her $200?
Like I said, my mother was sick back east. I'm trying to get out of town. I don't want to be bothered with none of this right now. I'm already upset that now I got to deal with an accident and stuff. My idea at the time was to resolve this right now.
So then why are you here on a counterclaim, sir?
Because she hit the car when I found out that she was doing something else when she hit my car.
Just a second.
Okay.
You just said to me you didn't care whose fault it was.
No.
You just wanted the whole thing to go away because you had other things on your mind. That's why you gave her the $200, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So then why are you here today?
Well, she was suing me for $3,000. So I figured, you know, she hit my car once I found out she actually wasn't paying attention. My car's still total.
Where's your insurance?
Well, I could use my insurance, but I'm thinking the same way she's thinking. Well, I'd use mine and she hit my car.
Good. Both use your insurance. Goodbye.
Okay.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
She took the money. You know, it was over with as far as I was concerned.
I want my car fixed, and I don't think it's fair that I got to pay the extra $300.
Well, it went from $600 to $1,000 to $3,000. So it naturally was a big shock to me.
I don't have a problem with him. He wasn't the one who hit my car.